Who draws the line between forgery and feeling inspired? Who defines derivative versus being admired? Who decides what original means? Who aspires and knows the wannabes? Upon the shoulders of giants, I've got a long way to drop. Oh, I'll never get here on my own. See the view from the top. Who's to say what's reiteration and what is new? Who decides what original means? Who aspires and knows the wannabes? Up on the shoulders of giants, I've got a long way to drop. Oh, I'll never get here on my own. See the view from the top.
Yeah, ignore that timer. That was my mistake. How y'all doing? And welcome back. We got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels for the day, boys. We got more EU duels today, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I also forgot to do my laundry, didn't I? Well, yes and no. Yeah, actually I should probably go check on that real quickly. Good time. Yeah, I did it. I threw it in the dryer, but I need to do like more than one cycle because I got way too many clothes. I'm trying to dry it once. So, yeah. Let me... Now that we get the mix going, let's hop in the game real quick. Open up the group in LFG, and I'm going to go check my dryer real quick to see if I made a mistake and everything is going to need to be rewashed all over again because it just starts to get like... feel stale, I guess. I don't really know. That or it's good and I just need to throw for another dry cycle and it will be good. But yo, I hope everybody... Oh, this is the wrong version. Hold on, I'm not in the I'm in the NA version. I did the EU version. I was wondering for a second, like, who are these characters I'm looking at? And I remember that, oh wait, yeah, there's that priest that kind of carried all of my ults through remix leveling. That was fun, man. I do wonder if they'll, like, when they'll announce another remix. I hope they give us like a hint, or they just let us know for certain, like, yes, definitely going to be having another remix. We'll figure out what expansion, whatnot. They got to do it again, right? Alrighty, we got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels for the day, boys. Hopefully, oh yeah, we're dragging. I didn't see the sidecode before. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this screen. I know this one. I've seen the Chromie thing. I don't remember the drag to your classes and like a slightly different coloration on the Van Cleef image there. But that looks cool. Do I actually have to put talents in these? Yeah, let me just do it myself. Let me do it myself here real quick. Probably WAD remix. I think WAD would make the most sense in my opinion. Like WAD didn't have like a thematic like gimmick, but I think like not a lot was done with WAD, and this could be an opportunity to do something new with WAD. You know what I mean? Legion makes the most amount of sense in my opinion, but like if you were to go with a gimmick, because you could do legendaries and like make basically allow us to wear a legendary head to toe and have them do like weird effects instead of just the gems how we had it. But I feel like WAD was like an expansion where not a lot happened, and there's a lot of opportunity to get something going. Group listed? Never mind. So I'm gonna on this mine. Plush is gonna be listing. I believe Krager is also gonna be on too. Yeah, because I did have Arhi hit me up about it, asking if I'll be doing some more duels today. I told him yeah. But if you guys want to join, my man Plush, he should be listed up. Yeah, he got Breeze ass on everybody. Okay, cool. You got the boys in there. Beautiful. Let's go, dude. Let's go, baby. All right, so the groups are listed. If you guys want to join us for LFG, look up at the LFG under five look up, find the group listed in under Molten Core, under Legacy Raids, and look for 5V5 1V1 DUELS. Just type in number 5 in the search and you should be able to find it pretty easily. Let me double check on my clothing. So I'll be right back. Like 15 seconds maybe. 20, I don't know. Somewhere around that. 30. Okay, took a little bit longer than I thought, but that's because I made a mistake. Krager ready, Pivet? Maya, Grupa, Katova. Are we ready then, boys? Okay. Beautiful. Alright. Awesome. Let's get this thing queued up then, huh? Hopefully this thing will be remixed. It is remixed. Beautiful. Alrighty. Yeah. +5 in the grand one. Beautiful. First duel of the night, boys, for 5V5 1v1s. EU versus RU. The only RU, I got a question for you. Are you ready for some duels? I tried to do it. I tried to make a joke out of it. But that's what Krager has in his like stream title, EU versus RU. That's going to be fun. Hopefully the thing works. If not, I'll need to queue again. But yeah, checked in on the clothes. Yeah, the were smelling kind of funny. Like they're clean, but like when I leave them, like after a full wash cycle, I throw them in a dryer. I have to do basically 2 dry cycles. Maybe it's just the amount of clothes I'm trying to dry at once. It's just like, I usually just like wear a bunch of shirts and then just like throw them all into the washer and then in the dryer. And usually I have to do like a couple of cycles of drying just because it doesn't get everything dried by the first one or whatever. And if I dry for a first cycle and then I kind of leave it for too long, it's almost like that leftover damp feel creates like a weird smell. It's not like a really bad smell, but it doesn't really smell great. It smells odd, and it's just like it's distracting more than anything, right? I'll be wearing the shirts later and I'll just have like a weird smell or whatever. It's like I can't really put my finger on it. It's not like it doesn't smell bad or like unwashed because they're washed clothes. It's just something about it, man. So I just gotta dry them instantly, basically. And I forgot about it completely. I was a busy boy today. How you doing, by the way, Philip? So Twitch, got ourselves, what is it, DC Valve? I'm gonna call you Valve. I like the mock. Hold on, I can't barely see it because of your shadow form. But I look kind of like almost like a priest monk set looking thing. Where is gonna be first up versus, oh, what is your name? Wait, okay, I'm not even gonna translate the name. I'm not even gonna translate the name. The paladin is what we'll call him. As Goer is gonna be first up versus this man. I have no idea. I feel like I'm just not even gonna attempt here. I am not even gonna attempt here. That seems like a hell of a sus name. As Goer is trying to see if he can get himself some damage blasted to the paladin. Paladin looking to get himself a searing glare. Goer's realized he missed him the kick, but he's gonna try to see if he can brown the bend. Stun onto Goeris into a searing glare. Paladin got him in a pretty bad spot. Goeris does not have AMS for this one. It is going to be some freebie damage out of the Paladino. He has to get himself a grip. AMS last second. Not a lot of health available. Does have himself a little bit of runic power to start catching up with a bit of healing here and there. As the Paladin with a lay on hands for Goeris, if you got yourself some burst, you can potentially pin the Paladin back and maybe take him out. Trying to see if he can walk away from the pillar. Trying to get the Paladin away from the pillar. If Goeris has himself huge damage right now, that is a forbearance on the Paladin. Stun to follow. Does not have an out. Goeris might just go down here. I think it might just be a lights here. Silence, but it doesn't even matter. The Paladin still gets himself a big old... Wait, hold on. Sai is up next. Bird throwing down a frozen orb. I don't think he meant to, maybe, or maybe he thought he was going to be next. Sai immediately with a blessing of Saint. Did you get blinded? He did get blinded. You can see kind of like the little what do you call it? Like a little shimmer, a little bit of like glyphs above his head. Blessing of protection out of this guy. Bob out of the Russian Palace, Saya got himself a shield event. It's still able to pierce a lot of the holy damage right through the defensive with a big Templar at the end. Does end up slamming it down. And the man got himself a spooky little set for the holidays. Howl's End. Duskakin as of today. Valve, Dr. Valve, I'm gonna call you Dr. Valve, man. I like that a lot. Got himself a proper go versus Saya. Massive burst off of the fear. Fear does not break to anything. Is that a fear or is it a stun, Blizzard? Is it a fear or a stun? Bubble out for Saya as Dr. Valve is gonna be able to back up out of there. My goodness. That is a lot of bursts out of this man out of left field. I mean, you can kind of start to see his set a little bit. It's like the Sarong, you got the Monk beads or whatever. It does look really good in my opinion for like a priest looking set. Saya sitting down for food immediately. He doesn't have a bubble. He is gonna have a spell warden for this one as long as Dr. Valve got himself some kind of a go to counter the spell warden or at least survivability, like a blessing of protect. Oh, not blessing, but a disperse. Maybe might have to save it until then. It's going to be a full void eruption, or void short rather, with the, oh, we can actually see the rift now. Saya trying to see if he can escape the rift. Dr. Vel kind of needs to keep Saya out in the open. Does hit him with a stun. Big ascend. That's going to be a silence on the Saya. Might be in trouble. Could be a spell warden for Dr. Vel. Might be looking to disperse here. As long as he doesn't get a sharp down in shadow, he will be okay. He's got to be very careful. Saya does have some pure immunity for a good bit here. No Xander racial. It is going to be the immunity gone. Vel Valve might be in a lot of trouble trying to hold on to the disperse as best as possible. Does he have a CC for Saya? He does get hit with the tether of the Dawn Light and Dawnbreaker, but it's going to be Saya trying to see if he can weave behind the pillar, back and forth, trying to keep the pressure going. Random proc of wings. Void Torrent does catch behind the pillar. Not in a great spot. Unless you can escape that thing, you're not going to be able to get away from it. You might just have to walk away last second, but it is, I think, got a slow-in effect too, right? That does a lot of damage. Just damage behind the pillar that you can't escape. That does a significant bit. And trying to out-heal it, that does not feel great at all. Saya under quite a bit of pressure though. With Dr. Valve, just needs to get himself an angle and think he could take him out. But he's got himself first aid. He's catching up a ton here. Valve is just going for a full reheal as well. He can catch up to a Paladin though. Paladin's got a limited mobility, but so does a Shadow Priest into a Fade, I think, trying to see if he can dodge a stun. Was he successful at it? No, Saya still had a stun ready and doesn't disperse out of Dr. Valve. Trying to see if he can potentially put Saya out in the open away from any kind of pillar. Is going to Shadow Crash upon him. Do you have a fear? Blind out for Saya. Trinket out for Valve with a full burst. Do you have a proper go? Saya needs to have some kind of an answer. Otherwise, I think he might just be lights out for him. Full burst out from the Shadow Priest. Shield of is barely holding on. It does not last whatsoever. And that rift just devours Saya completely. I was so good with BRD. Bird. I don't know why I'm calling you BRD. But Bird is going to be up next. Throwing down Frozen Orb. Team Cracker trying to see if he can dodge it. Quick breath by Bird, but does actually get hit by a Horrify effect out of Dr. Valve. Just for going in for his full, what is it, Dark Evangelism. Fear is going to be Bird with a Trinket, but it does put him in a silence. Full burst. It's going to be potentially Ice Block here. Ultra, does he live this anyway? Is going to try to Ultra last second. Rift is still upon you. Oh, the Rift thing still did quite a bit of damage, and he saw that quick channel of a Mindful Insanity. He knew, oh, I'm in trouble. No dispels out for Dr. Valve. The full Bird, that's going to be a full recovery, however. It's just going to go for a quick breath. Valve, my goodness, is going to get knocked now as Bird finally got himself a proper setup properly. Might be able to go for a stun here. Wait a second, Cracker just went in for a stun? I'm sorry, what? Did Cracker just go in for a Stormbolt on the guy? I am sorry, what? What happened? I am not even sure. I am not even sure. Actually, Bird immediately backed up out of there. I think he was probably pretty confused too, like, wait, why did I get Stormbolted? What is this? I'm just gonna play on my side of the pillar here. Maybe he didn't like that the Frozen Orb was sitting Team Kragar. I have no idea, honestly. I have no clue, but that's a bunch of DPs under Bird. Might just go down to the dot. Oh no, now I'm wondering if that Stormbolt was enough to like mess him up. Maybe he had a proper go and then got stunned and you could blink it. Because that was an interesting move. I'm not really sure. Normally Kragar never does this unless like, the only way Kragar does stuff like that is if let's say Bird was just attacking somebody else on the other team. I didn't see him lancing anybody or anything. I have no idea though, honestly. Polly onto Dr. Valve. Bird tried to see if he could back up out of there. He's got himself in the water earlier, but the dots, man, they're searing him down. He's not in a great spot. I think it just might be lights. He got a one more bubble. That's going to be that. Oh, not bubble. Ice block. Either way, though. Immunity either way. My goodness. Okay, called out. Cracker actually brought me back. So apparently he's saying the mage. I'll need to double check it. But that's going to be full silence on Dr. Valve. But what Cracker said is apparently the mage was attacking the paladin whenever he was nearby. I know that he threw a Frozen Orb by accident at the beginning. Maybe that's what he's talking about. But he said he was like attacking the paladin earlier. I'll need to double check. Maybe the paladin was getting hammered by like lances or like a flurry. I'll need to double check it. Priest, I'm just sitting in the middle taking everything. Come on, man. This is Priest got a new update at 11:05, dude. Priest, we're just like, hey, Blizz, can we get a crumb of updates this patch? Literally every class got an update but Priest. So give it out to Priest when they got no new changes. He's just playing this gaming, man. Dude, just gaming out here. Giving him grief for that, I feel like it's just unwarranted. Trinket out for Blush. Does get caught in the full fear. Void Turn went after. He does not have a Cloak of Shadows. I'm not really sure where he sent it. But it's a full insanity. Is he just done? Hold on a second. Hold on a moment. Trying to go for a heal. Cheat dead, but you can't cheat the Void. The Priest is just going for a full sweep with Judge. I don't even know how to say your name. I have no idea how to say your name. Jung? I have no clue. I have no clue. I'm calling you Junge. I have no idea how to say a name. Because PH makes an huge? Is that supposed to be huge? Like a weird... I have no clue. I have no clue how to say your name. I'm calling you Junge and that's it. It's probably wrong, but that's okay. Fear out for Dr. Valve does go for Zerka Rage, so Junge, that's a hard name to say, man. Doesn't roll off the tongue as easily. Maybe there's like a better way of going about it. Full Void Soren doesn't stun out of Dr. Valve to lock it down. The Warrior does get himself a Reflect, but that's still a Rift chasing after him. He's trying to see if he can avoid the Rift, but I think it still catches him. Especially if he can close it. If he does, that has a pretty big range to it. Big DP's out for Valve. Got himself a bit of burst. Insanity trying not to get interrupted. Does avoid getting kicked. That's going to be a parry out for Judge. Actually, there goes the avoiding for the kick. That other one was, I think, just an overpower. It has the same sound. I was going by sound completely. Judge got himself a Reflect. Valve cannot go for a stun. That's going to be a full stun on him and the pet. Demolish trying to see if he can back up out of that. Does get away. And actually, I think the Warrior does go down. Oh my goodness. 100 million damage. That's a full, pretty much clean. Pretty clean 100 mil there. Wow. Not a full sweep. He got 4. Fair enough, right? Only 4, but still, that was incredible. I want to see that man play again. Let's go. All right, Plush, Krager, let me know when you boys are ready. Alrighty, and no more pelting. Like when you're not the one dueling, don't pelt the other guy, right? Let's not start that all of a sudden, right? No more. Mistakes can happen, right? If somebody makes a mistake by accident through a frozen orbit when it wasn't your turn, thought that he was gonna go next, hey, accidents happen. I'd be cool with that. Alrighty. Let's try to keep it civilized, yeah? Let's try to keep it civilized. Have you ever told me I love these duels? Would you appreciate all the work you do integrating and arranging them over the years? User unknown? I don't think you have. Is that gonna be one of those like, have I ever told you? No, I haven't. Stop making them. Is that gonna be one of those? Appreciate you if you don't like them. Sorry if you hate them. Alrighty. Push is ready. Kraken needs a +1. It'll be good to go. Once he's tells me to go ahead, we'll be golden. Warlock got an icon change. Yeah, some classes did get icon changes for a couple of abilities, mostly Shadowlands Covenant abilities. Like Hunters don't even have the Death Mark ability or the Death Chakram, so that doesn't even matter. But like, good over. Okay, beautiful. We are ready, boys. I'm gonna go back to Nagrand a couple of times. I think we're gonna go Hook Point next. But like Paladino, for example, you'll notice their coveted ability of Divine Troll now golden, right? When you got the Druids now have a purple Convoke the Spirits, right? So they took away the Shadowlandsy look about it, and they're really trying to replace it to make it more of a class ability, because they're not that bad about abilities themselves, to be honest. They're replacing the Priest. No, I want him to come back, yo. Chat, we need that Priest again, dude. No, please, no. You know what, the Priest? I like the Priest. I like them. You know how many Priests I get to showcase in duels? I can count them on my finger. Like, they're either super insane and absolutely pop off, or just like they're a train dummy for everybody else. Like, you know how often they're good in duels? Not a lot. And how many excellent priests there are that can really make them work? Not a lot either. There are a few in kind. Which? Have I ever told you how much I appreciate you, ugly mug? Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, at least somebody likes it. It's a face a mother could love, right? Ari Voitel over for the team 1, ready to go. We got us some Krager on that team. We got us some Shadowy Duel gonna be first up versus I don't even know. I'm gonna start with that man's name, Ern Chernokai. Are these the Shadow shards look different? I have no idea. Bird over on that team, ready to go. We got us those Goeris. We got us those. Switching up the Mog a little bit. Oh, he's got the is it Saya first? Shadowy Duel assuming it was Saya. I don't even know if Saya was supposed to be first one up, but it looks like Saya is taking the is meeting him immediately. As soon as he gets attacked by the rogue, he meets the challenge as Shadowy Duel trying to go for a disarm. Does land the disarm, but Saya, not like you really need a weapon as a paladin. Looks like someone did stump him at least for a global. Cheap shot reversal back onto Saya as Shadowy Duel looking to go through secret technique, trying to pierce past the defenses, but Shield of Vengeance holding on strong. Shadowy with an immediate blind. He's still got a download on him for a while, so as long as the light stays on him, Saya should be able to see him. Sap, but you're still dotted. Unless No, he got a full clean reset. That is exactly what he needed. He needed himself a little bit of a reset like that. We got us this Funge here. I have no idea. Chunge. I'm gonna mess up your name. And Plush. I like that. I like that set. That looks so good. This is gonna be Shadowy Duel looking around for Saya. Actually, it doesn't even need to look for the guy. Doesn't even look for him. I do like this whole like Hallows ad setup. He's got the witch's broom. He's got the weapon to match it with all these skulls. He's got himself the helm, the shoulders. It looks great. Trinket out of Saya though with the Searing Glare reversal opener onto Shadowy Duel, who's got himself an evasion. Saya with a Wake of Ashes dotting the guy up, trying to see if he can get himself some damage, and Saya locking down the stun Trinket out of the rogue evasion to follow as he got him some cheap shots back to back. Big damage on Saya. Shield evasions comes back in to save the day. Just on for a second. Shadowy just trying to see if he can bow out of there. As long as Saya can stay next to him with a shield evasions, that is going to pop, do quite a significant bit of damage, gouge, but it doesn't last long at all. Vanish out of the rogue. He no longer has the cooldown reduction, baby. Rogues no longer reduce the cooldown of their abilities, but he does get himself first aid really quickly, and so does Saya, matching him on that heal. Although I think he might still be dotted, so that did not last as long as he wanted to. Kidney shot fully onto Saya, potential loss of damage out of the rogue. Lay on hands just to catch up. Saya is having to burn through all of his forbearance abilities really quickly, and the rogue with its own immunity with a Cloak of Shadows. It isn't saving him from a lot of the Holy Strike damage because it's normally holy damage, but it defaults to physical damage that just goes right through Cloak whenever he can get immune by Cloak. So it's like the best of both worlds for Saya. He's got a mix of magic, a mix of physical, exactly when he needs it. And the rogue could be under a ton of trouble. He does have one more vanish available, but the next Hodge out of Saya could be the end of him. It's going to be a bit of that Blessing of Sake, Shield of Vengeance, Saya super low, Shadowy Duel trying to see if he can take him. Does get dotted. It's going to be a vanish, but he's still running out in the open. And that dot is going to burn through his defenses, trying to see if he can get away from Saya. Full stun and it's over. And Saya takes him out, but does get caught by Arhis. Oh, Dark Iron Dwarf? Yo, let's go. He's going to be blinded to Saya as he's on a defensive stance right now. He's on a back foot. He doesn't have any more immunities. He doesn't have a lot of mana either. All Arky needs to do, and Shamans, by the way, are really wild right now. All Arky needs to do is catch up a little bit of damage, a little bit of burns, go for full zapper. Does get him some big ascent, is trying to see if he can send the man right to heaven. Big wind strike's got a new animation too, and just ends up taking him out. The hurricane just in his hands just sends it out around the guy. Then I'm taking the force power over Hurricane, Cat 5, and just uses that as a punch right to Saya's face. Depending where you live, if you're EU, you're like, Hurricane, I'm guess is pretty destructive. If you live in an A, you're just like, well, we recently just had one, so okay. Yeah, I can imagine how hard that hits. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That was more of a regional common one than anything. Arhi does need to find a way to get on top of Bird, potentially strip him off his defensives as well as offensives. Is going to be locked down by Bird, trying to see if he can avoid it. Full Meteor knocking it back, but Ray of Frost still channeling. Arhi barely surviving, does activate a little bit of survivability. Acid dip super low. That is going to be Dark Iron Racial on top of it to remove whatever debuffs he had, as well as a shield, but playing it super defensively. Sometimes with Dark Iron, once you remove the debuffs with your Dark Iron Racial, you can sometimes follow up with some damage back to the target because you get a bit of primary stats. The more debuffs you remove, the better your primary stats are. It's actually a decent bit above. Trying to see if he can trap Bird in place. He can't escape it. Taking down the totem, dropping down Blizzard's butt. He only living because of Ultra Trap, but the Tempests are absolutely eating up his health bar. It's going to be full shift of power. I'm making mistakes here, aren't I, with my words? As a full, trying to see if he can be freeze Arhi, ice block immediately instead. This is looking for a bit of that recovery. Arhi fighting some damage than he needed, which is perfect. Trying to see if he can maybe land a hex. And Bird still got one more ice block if necessary. One more ice block available. Lasted by Saya though. Oh, not Saya. Arhi. I'm messing up my names. I'm messing up my words. I'm messing up my names really badly here. Arhi though, there were a couple of zaps taken about. He still needs one more big Tempest. He might have been able to build up to another Tempest. So Goers may actually end up taking a lot of that Tempest momentum. Looks like Ascend is back up for Arhi. He could potentially have himself a big go. Root onto Goers, breaks out of it very quickly. He's still slowed down. The Roots are holding on to him as best as they can. The Riders all get separated. Arhi might be under a lot of trouble. Does burrow for a second. Has he got himself full ascent? He might just have to go for full big ascent. Does not eat that stuff for long. Big bloodlust, massive ascent, looking for healing, looking for damage, but Goera is just tanked up with a shield of vengeance, and they just keep rolling in. Chain of ice spreading amongst that team, but hopefully Doesn't get Cracker, throw Bolt and Goers right now. As the Pally is going to be up next, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a go. Dotting up Goers, who does drop down Dome, as well as be up. That is a lot of defenses used already. Paladin going for Blessing a Saint, so he should be able to get out of the stun very, very quickly. Stun barely lasting long whatsoever. Shield of Venom still holding on strong too. And Goers trying to see if he can cleave past him. Another stun, forcing a Trinket out of the Paladin of a very short Remorse's Winter Stun. I am very surprised that he would end up going for a Trinket there. I guess maybe he saw Goers with cooldowns and he thought, okay, short stun, I might just die. I don't know what's going to happen. Blind onto the Paladina as Goers just trying to see if he can hang in. He just is out of offensive options. Does get a stun onto the Pally, who just waited until a bubble just to break out of it. And Goers just does not have an answer right now. Maybe Death Pack, but doesn't even matter. Just getting absolutely bursted down with Pudge going to be up next. That is a tough one, ma'am. That is a tough one. That is hard, especially as a Death Knight, because unless you can find some procs, you're very, very burst heavy of a class. The Pally could potentially go down here. Massive DFA. Oh, flashy looking. Is DFA back in the menu, boys? I think DFA could potentially be back in the menu. If anything, it's great in order to counter some CC. Kragar, does he have AoE? He caught the rogue in a slow, but if only he knew just how close the rogue was there. If only he knew just how close the rogue was. If he just had a whirlwind or anything for him, would have gotten him out in the open. Plus, trying to see if he can just trickster past the defenses of Krager. It is going to be disarm for disarm. As Plus trying to see if he can round back behind the pillar. It is going to be bleed onto the rogue. Krager using charges just to make sure the Plush cannot get away easily. That is going to be no more Vanish available for the rogue. They're trying to go for a Shadow Meld. Did he try to go for like one charger Vanish? Are you back down to one Vanish? Are you going for shorter cooldown of Vanish now? Or are you just more offensive at this point? As Krager trying to see if he can get himself to the damage, banner down in case the rogue tries to do something, and the rogue does get himself advantage just to be able to escape. I think he was trying to go for the, what's the talent called? It used to be something, I think rogues still use it pretty regularly, but it basically cuts back your Shadow Blades and Vanish to be much, much shorter, but it does reduce your maximum health, I believe, by a little. It's supposed to be like a kind of a glass cannon build. I forget what the talent was called off the top of my head. I can't even think of it. Disarm for disarm. As Plus trying to see if he can mosey his way towards a pillar. Does get a stun into Krager. Might be looking easier for escape, but instead he's just going to go full aggression. It is going to be a parry out for Krager. Does go for the trinket. Plus there's nowhere else to really go. It's going to be a full Warbreaker. And doesn't have taken him out. That she just barely holding on. With John's going to be up next, charging out at Plush, trying to see if he can shatter his defenses, going in for big damage, leaping right after him with yet another Blaze Storm, and Krager looking for a bit of that recovery. Got himself the Battle Master's Trinket to give himself a bit of health, Rally just to give himself even more health to work with. He is going for short-term Rally with a 1 minute CD though, so he's going to have that thing falling off very, very soonish though. So he's going to need to pick up whatever healing he can, but John, I think, just takes it. Does go in for a quick stun. No trinket available. Super low in health. Cannot recover as easily. And Kai is going to be the last one left over for the team one. Try to go for a spear. Doesn't quite connect. Kai actually get it to juke out a kick. And it's going to be able to lock him down in a full stun. Fear. Oh, the Dreadsucker. Second stun right after with the pen. Another knockdown by the Fellowlord. That Fellowlord getting a lot of value. As John's trying to see if he can leap around the corner. Catch up to Kai. Quick fear on all these pets. I think try to go for a proper War Stump, maybe? I think it was a proper War Stump there, but unless he can just escape those demons, I think it's just going to be lights. Big Overlord crashing down on him. Does have Reflect, Demolish, unless he can, unless he can just find some kind of a way to recover. It is going to be a tough one. Looks like everybody got one kill there, right? Pretty sure. I'll need to double check that, but I kind of love games when everybody gets a chance to properly play, and there, literally everybody got a chance to shine at some point or another. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Una más. It's interesting how Subtlety Rogue does not that Vanish cooldown reduction are feeling, man. It's just, it is unusual because it's like normally you just vanish and cooldowns are coming back and you're good to go. And other times it's like, ooh. Okay, we'll go one more. And then after this Plush, we should probably reform the team, grab a couple of new fresh faces, and then grab a couple of people that already got to play, yeah? We'll do Dalaran Sewers. I don't really know what arenas I want to do. I think we'll do Dalaran Sewers now, and then we'll go back to Nagrand after that. You know what I mean? What do we do if Dal didn't do these? No one else does. What, 5V5 1v1 Duels? What would you guys do? I guess you guys would just do your weeklies or whatever. I guess you can still do your weeklies and all these other things while we're doing these. You know what you should really be doing? Start doing your Headless Horseman runs. Because I literally did one on my Rogue, and I got the mount first time for this whole season, for this holiday. One shot the mount, and we started getting pieces for like the new set. So pretty excited already, dude. Started off my week strong already. Can't get better than that, honestly. I think I saved. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Alrighty, let's get ourselves another going, boys. Switch. Got ourselves Archie Voitel over on the team 1. We got ourselves Kragar. Shakon? Oh, this is a different Shadow Priest. Shakon is a very... Shakon sounds familiar, though. Why does Shakon sound familiar? You have a different name, but like very similar structure. We got Kai as well as Shadowy Duel here. Shakon versus Plush off the bat as he's picking up the Trickster. Fear immediately Shakon, at least able to get some dots on the Plush. Just trying to go for Mind Flame, full PI, Dark Ascension, everything is available. Void Turn, is he playing the Rift? Building the Rift. It knows where the rogues are. Hold on, the Rift knows exactly where you are. It knows where you are. You can't escape it. It knows exactly where you're going. And it does get to avoid it, but does catch him out of stealth for a second. The pet's trying to see if he can round the bend behind those boxes. Looks like he disappears at the perfect time for us to have another lockdown onto Shakon. Cloak or Shot is very early defensive use. Just trying to see if he can commit some damage. Doesn't miss a kick on Shakon. Using an opportunity to get some casts. Quick Fear. No worries about any CC. Another Void Torrent. No more Cloak for the Rogue. Mad Burst out of the Priest. Does try to go for a melt, but the Void knows exactly where you are. You can escape from the shadows, but the shadows know exactly where you are. They have your number. Did it explode? I think it literally exploded on the ground. I do wonder if it even hit Plush. Trying to see if he can live it. This burst out of Shakon does not want to die here. As Plush is going in all out damage. I think he just dies to the dots. Blind? Is it enough to live? No. Shakon doesn't have taken him out with all those dots. With Junge going to be up next. I have no idea how to say his name properly, but that's about the best I got. It's Junge. That's about all I got. Get rid of a black hole. Exactly. I think it's actually real cool. Well, it's probably not ideal as a rogue, like the fact that he just knows where you are and tracks you. It's great for a priest. I think thematically it's kind of like the best compliment you give it is like thematically it's literally the void, literally pure condensed shadow, and it can find a rogue hiding in shadows. So from that angle, I'm like, kind of cool. But also, it's very BS when you're trying to catch Silver Reset and the priest literally just has a homing missile chasing after you. That doesn't feel great at all. Shakon under a ton of pressure does get a fear onto Junge. He doesn't have a way to break it. So for Shakon, that's an opportunity to catch up and get a bit of healing where you're leaping back over. Shakon does not have a lot to work with. I think he might just be going down here. He got himself just prepared for a second, trying to get a cast. I don't know if you can go for a cast or a healer or anything. CC, I think we're trying to maybe see if he can live, but does get slammed down. Junge goes in with Mad Burst. Off the bat, Kragar does not want to give this man any opportunity to recover. Still got a parry, and Kragar trying to see if he can overpower pass him. Does land a disarm back on the Kragar. Full bleeds out of Kragar though, and Junge, I don't know what else you could really do to live here. Unless you can just peel away from Kragar. Does land a stun with a slow. Maybe you can go for a leap. Try to see if he can leap around the corner with a Blaze Storm. Junge still bleeding out, so you can't get any healing whatsoever. Defense doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Oh no. Oh man, have you ever been able to run from your shadow? I think not. Well, IRL, no, not quick enough, not yet at least. I'm still working up my speed. In game, yes, rogues used to be able to manifest their own shadow, and you could easily outrun your own shadow easily. Literally, you can make a shadow clone. That's as much of a shadow as it can be. Kragar somehow avoiding the full lockdown by Bird. Still eating a Meteor, but he doesn't get the Shadow Bottles. Those Lances are still pummeling him. Does land himself a quick interrupt on the shifting power, denying Bird cooldown reduction, but he's under a ton of pressure. Actually, at no health whatsoever. Looking for potentially parry. No, he's actually just staying super hyper aggressive. Do you have a Shatter? Do you have a Shatter? No, he does not run a Shatter. If you have way too many Paladins and too many Mages on one team, maybe Shatter is worth it just to break out of the ice block. But otherwise, not necessary. Does land a Poly into Bird, though, which gives him an opportunity to have a proper setup. That's going to be Ring of Frost off of the Breath, the Frost Bomb, everything. Full stunner. Kragar could be under a lot of trouble. Does have a trick and available parry to fall a Meteor. It's it completely. It's a Meteor for breakfast. That's an alter time. That is the weirdest alter time, but that alter time exists. So you can actually see exactly where he's going to alter to. Hold on, Cracker. Cracker, I think, noticed it. He's like, oh, hold on a second. What is this thing? I'm going to go investigate it. And that's most likely what Alter Time is going to be. They made it super, super visible now. So you can see exactly what they're going to reappear to. Blades him out of Cracker. Steel was rooted for a second. Needs to land a kick at some point. That's going to tell whatever defense he can. Both of them are so low. Bird could go down. Oh, the Cracker does explode. As Bird does back away from him last second. Shadowy Duel. Trying to see if he can take down Bird real quickly, but he does go into quick block. Huh? Wait, whoa, hold on, Saya. Wait, the Bird, hold on, Saya. What is happening? Okay, Saya, I think, figured out what happened. Okay, can we get Arhi to heal Shadowy Duel, like, a couple of heals? Like, just so he can, like, yeah, can we just, like, throw him a heal or two, like, one or two? One or two. I think that'll be fair, because Bird is going behind the pillar to reset anyway. Yeah, can we get this man a bit of healing? Arhi, please. More heal Shadow Duel, choo-choo. I'm trying to speak the language of people. Anarchy in the streets. I think what happened was Saya thought that Bird died, and then he just tunnel vision Shadowy Duel. To be fair, not the first time stuff like that happened before. There we go. I think that's fair, right? I think it's fair. Right, Bird got a full reset, Shadowy Duel got a full reset, both are walking at 100% health. Bird got himself a full heal. He doesn't have an ice block, but like, it's just so confusing sometimes. Full burst out of Shadowy Duel though. You blink it and you miss it. Huh? What is happening? Saya getting absolutely shellacked with them eviscerates. And Shadowy Duel just taking all that momentum and punishing Saya, lay on hands immediately, trying to see if he can find it. Can you just hang in and just burst him down? Trying to see if he can juke him. He doesn't get to juke him. He just puts him back in a consecration. Doesn't have a third juke. Blind for Shadowy Duel. Does he go for a vanish? You might just have to gouge you. He's got a trinket. He's got everything. Kidney. He's just going to try to see if he can bait a trinket out of him. He might be able to catch a reset. Subdala, always the palace smirk. You know? What's up, Panther? How you doing, man? Usually, yes, actually. When somebody, like, let's say you have somebody actually trying to, like, intentionally cheat, and not like a confusion that happens in a dueling arena, right? Most often than not, that is true. It usually has been a paladin that intentionally runs in to 2v1 a guy to cheat. Intentionally. Or starts healing the guy on his team that's currently dueling. And it's like, come on, dude, just let him have a proper 1v1. Saya, I don't think cheats intentionally. I think that was just an honest mistake more than anything. As Shadowy Duel does go for a vanish, he's still got a second one. He made to use it here, dude. Those vanishes are pure defense. You don't get any healing. Got him some first aid, but Dawnlet's still just rotting you down. He can't catch a reset. Oh, it's such a long-lasting dot. It is so good. Try to go for a step. Shadowy Duel doesn't get locked down immediately. That's a full wake up Ashes Searing Glare. So you can't even respond at all. You just have to live and hope for the best. Doesn't even get cheat death, and it's just down. Unless you want to use cheat death a lot earlier. That was tough, man. With Kai going to be up next, it's got only 2 left over for the team 2. Goers and Saya holding on strong. For team 1, we got Kai and we got Arhi. So it's a 2v2 at this point. Or 2v1, 2v2, 1v1. I guess. Stunned by Kai. This is locking down Saya completely. He does have immunities. Full stun on all these demons at once. Does miss the Tyrant, but that thing, not like it really does a lot of damage anymore. Tyrant is mostly there to buff all the other pets, which is probably better. Does get a random Doom Lord spawning in. Doom Guard? Doom Guard, right? Pretty sure Doom Guard. I call them Doom Lords because they're casters. I keep thinking Guard is like the physical and Lord is like caster, but I don't think it makes a difference. I think it's all arbitrary. Full burst on Saya does get the Chaos Mother, just channeling the barrage of Fel back to Saya. Under a ton of pressure, does not have a bubble. Could maybe Blessing or Protection spell warding these pets. The problem against the Demonology Warlock is if you spell ward him, you don't get hit by these casts or mortal coils or anything. But his physical pets still blast right through you. If you go for Bop, all those physical pets that do significant bit of damage, like the main Wrathguard and Dreadstalkers, you deny that damage, but you still get hit by casts. You still get hit by spells. Charhound spawns in for Kai. At least he got full CC on Saya. He can't really fully burst him, but that Doom Guard is going to get quite a bit of damage, though every single Shadow Bolt that he casts is going to hurt a lot. Full wake of matches, but Saya does go down, popping like a balloon with Goer's charging in immediately. That is still a full army of demons surrounding Kai, a stun onto Kai as Goer, just trying to see if he can burst him down. Argan trying to see if he can get out of there for a second. And it's going to be full burst out of Goer's, trying to keep the pressure rolling, back-to-back obliterates, trying to keep himself alive and healthy. Full burst onto Kai, does end up taking him out. With Archie as the last one left, immediately look at it charging in. I love the dwarf run animation, by the way. They really look like they're hurrying to places with a purpose. As he got himself bloodlust and everything available. Do you bloodlust yourself now by like raising a hammer to get stricken by lightning? That looks insane. As Goer's got himself full IBF AMS, barely able to survive the full hurricane force of Arhi, as he does go for the trinket wall enough to make sure Goer has no answer here whatsoever. Goer's trying to go for heals, but that big tempest in the end does take him. My god. Everybody got a chance to play. Literally everybody. Oh, I like it. It's so even. It's so even. Not one-sided or anything. I love that. These have been really, really good. Let's get another one going. Holy. All right, Flush. Let's do a bit of a remake for your group. Let's do... let's shuffle your group up a bit. Yeah, we'll do a bit of a reshuffle for both groups. Both? Hey, should I join Holy Priest? Is the one mating? Holy Priest? They're generally pretty good. I'm pretty sure they're pretty good right now for PvE at the very least. Already had a lot of people trying to join you. Want to shuffle? Okay. Cool. Okay. So apparently Plush got a bunch of homies trying to join him as soon as the group's getting shuffled. So he says he's ready. We'll do another grand. Do another one here. Or no? Had a lot of people trying to join. Let me know when ready. I think he's not ready at the moment, but I'll double check. Remake? Okay. Okay, I'll let a cracker know 1 second. We need how do I say remake in Russian? Remake. Make. Here we go. Telling Krager that Plush is making the group real quick. If you guys want to join in, we got the group listed over Molten Core. You guys are more than welcome to join in. Let's try to pick up some new fresh bodies. If you see any new names there, Plush, more than welcome to grab them, my man. But yeah, Holy Priest are pretty good. Don't like it last up to 30-40 seconds. That is rough for a rogue. That is an eternity. There's no resets from that. That's crazy. PvE or PvP? Holy Priest are pretty solid. I don't know how good they are in PvP. Normally, I think Disc Priest is the one that shines the brightest in most cases. A grand one. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alrighty. Did a bit of a shuffle around for the group. I know the priests are pretty good for like PvE content. They're kind of like... Let me see Holy Priests where they are for like raids and dungeons. I know in raids they're really, really good. As for dungeons, they're kind of not the best, but like all healers are a little bit weird right now after the changes. This priest is still really, really good, but Holy Priest is, I think, a suitable alternative, if anything. And for Drustvar, for PvP, I can look at the stats at the very least. Shadow Priest are very popular. Yeah, it looks like Holy Priest is not as popular as Disc right now, just in general. Disc is much harder to play though, so I feel like Holy Priest, Disc are not that far behind one another, usually. I think it'll be fine, like, starting off as a Holy Priest. Disc is usually better for PvE, don't know about PvE, but Priest generally won in PvP. Yeah, Priests are generally really good. Like, a good Priest is a good Priest, doesn't really matter the spec as much. Honestly. Wait, no, wrong thing, I did wrong thing. Alrighty. Well, I'll do it like this. Which? Plush gonna be first up. Hey, let's go. Wait, oh, Archie switching teams. Interesting. We got Shakon. versus the Rogue. A bit of a rematch this time around again. He's got himself full go, full burst, everything from flagellation, shadow blades with a DFA to finish it off. And Shaken disperses the entire burst. The Rogue at that point, he started the burst, he might as well commit. Might as well make some damage happen, honestly. As he goes in for advantage, the Void Rift still finds you. Hold on a second. Don't stay behind the pillar for too long. He's gonna get found. Blind? Oh wait, the Rift still knocks out his stealth? Even it's so far away? Or were you just dotted? What was that? Hold on, if the Rift actually just can catch rogues and just as soon as it pops, it still hits you? That is wild. Oh no! Hold on. You know, I said I kind of like that interaction, how like the Rogue cannot really hide in the void, in the shadows, because the Shadow Priests literally are void incarnate. They could peel back the curtain of the void to find the Rogue hanging out back there. Thematically, I like it. Gameplay wise, I assume it's very annoying for Plush right now, because every time he's just like, yeah, he just go to sleep. Shaken, hanging out by the eye. Plush, I guess he just gotta wait until his cooldowns are back up. He literally cannot vanish to get cooldown reduction anymore. He's also playing just one vanish, so he's kind of out of options when he doesn't have a cloak. I guess all he can do is maybe try to see if he can get a kick onto Shaken. Man, he's got to have a quick go though, because that disperse matches his Shadow Blades and his Flagellation so easily. Shadow Blades up, Shaken with a Trinket, Fear onto the Rogue. He does Trinket out of it immediately. Stun right after, could be an opportunity for Shaken to have a proper go. No cloak of shadows for Plush for a second. Has a full setup. Mad burst into Shaken, could go for a disperse here. Trying to go for a bit of defenses as much as possible. Just swatting it down. Plush with full damage. He decided, I'm just gonna DPS race you real quickly here. I'm just gonna pump damage into you the entire time. Maybe looking for a disperse here. Goes in for a fade, quick seer into Bird's mind as he goes in for a full-on flay really quickly. Oh, Shadow Priest versus casters, man. I actually like the Shadow Priest versus all the caster matchups. Just because priests have a silence, they have a stun, they have a fear. Like, it's a very, very interesting kit that I feel like deals with a lot of casters really, really well. That sounds in particular. Maybe looking for a disperse here. Super, super low. That's gonna be a blink on a Bird. Trying to see if he can survive. There goes this disperse. At least he's gonna get himself a lot of recovery. But Bird able to get quite a big defensive out of Shaken. He does get himself a stun. Blink into a wall just to break out of the stun. Bird get himself an altar by the looks of it. No, it's just a random proc of damage. Flays out for Shaken, trying not to get interrupted by Bird. Bird is rotting though. Hold on a second, that Rift. Oh, the Rift. Oh, that Rift. Oh, wait a second. Bird, are you just gonna die? I swear to God, your health bar. I swear to God, your health. Hold on. The Shaken have a massive spell. It doesn't have massive spell. Priest literally didn't get a single new change in this update, man. 1105 forgot that they existed. This is just natty Priest. This is not some kind of a buff. Every other class got changes, except for Priest. Bird with an altar, but he could alter his fate there. At that point, man, when you roll up against a Priest, you would need to have an actual Infinity Stone. The one that alters time, just to make sure you don't get the same matchup with a Priest ever as a mage. That's the only way to survive that. My God. Shaken, kind of low in health, no dispersion. Saya is just absolute pressure on him right now. Saya's got himself a full, what is it? The Hollow Fall set. It looks so good. Paladin of the Eternal Flame. Quick Fear onto Shaken by Shaken. Does gonna juke out onto Saya. Full burst, but it's gonna be immunity by Saya. He doesn't have to worry about the Rift at all. Disperse is back up and available for Shaken. He has a Trinket and everything. Might be okay here. Hold on a second. That's a lot of burst. I think it's dispersed. Yeah, that's dispersed. Saya ignored a lot of the burst out of the Shadow Priest. With a stun, he's able to lock him down, forcing a defense out of him. Shaken with a quick fade for a second. Silence onto Saya. Does not have an escape. Needs a few more seconds until it fears back up or anything at all. Fear last second. Needs a heal right now. Just dies, dude. The dawn light burning right through his soul. That is so rough. What's your name? Oh my God. What is your name actually? Time? Oh, PvE Mannequin. That's what his name. I forgot about that. PvE Mannequin. Mannequin the DK is up next. Got him some full burst. He's got himself Riders of the Apocalypse by his side. Rolling up with Josiah. The Riders disappear, but they did quite a bit of damage over Josiah. Man did get himself a random proc of Wingsuit. That's going to help him stabilize a little bit, but Mannequin trying to keep the pressure rolling in. He's got himself even more Riders joining in. I think a more grade too, right? And Morgan, whenever they get AMS, that does get reduced in PvP by quite a bit, doesn't it? They don't get too much defenses. Or disabled? One of those two. Trying to get a stun on Saya. Does get a proper stun. No outs for this one. Layer in hands, the only thing he's got. A 25% damper. That layer in hand still does quite a bit of healing though. And Mannequin trying to keep the pressure onto Saya. Does go for a bit of burst right now. Saya does get going back in. He's just on his last leg. Barely any health available. Eternal Fire barely keeping him afloat here. Got himself a little bit of the instant cast healing, but Mannequin just found himself the perfect combination between burst and sustained damage, playing around the DK procs, dropping down a dome down when you're dealing with Goeris, who's got full burst right now. And Mannequin just trying to recover as much health as possible. Got himself AMS for a quick second. Got his own riders coming out little by little. Goeris got a lot of damage onto Mannequin, and looks like he actually has quite a bit of advantage. Full stun onto Mannequin, might be under a lot of trouble. Does still have Panda. Rachel might need to be able to Panda and walk away. Trying to see if he can catch up as much health as humanly possible. A little bit of burst of his own. Just trying to see if he can build some resources, but Goeris does have the advantage and the pressure. What's her name? Oh, what are your names, man? What are these names? The Shaman? I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no clue what this man's name is. The Shaman. I guess we'll call him the Shaman. Are you Ellie? You are no, you're Enhancement. No, you're Enhancement. Alright, I have no idea what his name is. We just call him the Shaman, dude. The Shaman. Has he got himself... Are you an Enhancement? Well, that look like an Earth Shock. Or is that will take Blaze? That straight up looked like an Earth Shock. That sounded like an Earth Shock. That was wild. He is playing the full totemic playstyle though, so he's trying to see if he can play around those totems as best possible. Is getting rooted out by Goeris, trying to see if he can put the pressure onto the DK, but he's really unable to stay on him. Goeris able to see him quite a bit. Chain-wise getting a lot of value. Does go for a real setup around the pillar, but he's standing next to the totem. That thing does quite a decent bit of damage. Looking for a bit of recovery off of those pets. Look, seriously, it looks like it sounds like an Earth Shock, doesn't it, chat? I think it is Voltaic Blaze though. I think it's like the Flame Shock that's transformed into like an Earth Shocky type of thing. Whenever he gets whenever he gets a proc with the Maelstrom. And the man just got himself full Ascendance, full burst versus Archie, who just went underground immediately. Got himself a big defensive totem, but instead got hit with those wind strikes back to back. The other Shaman is just absolutely obliterating him. Archie barely able to survive it. Needs to get himself some burst of his own. Full Ascendance is available. Trying to see if he can rock down the other Shaman. Double stun with the Sunder in between. Needs those Tempests whatsoever. As the other Shaman barely alive. Those wind strikes are enough. I don't think he got to use a single Tempest against him though. So maybe potentially might have a Tempest available for Krager this time around. Looking to catch up as much healing as he can. That is a full stun. Krager with a quick roar. Just trying to see if he can bleed him down into a banner. And Arya trying to see if he can waddle away from him. Does break out of that root with a Blaze Storm. And just trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. Krager got plenty of advantage here. For Arya, he's on the back foot. He's just looking to catch up as quickly as humanly possible. But all he can do is slow him down maybe a little bit. He does have mana, but not a lot of Maelstrom to work with. He needs Maelstrom to make that healing better. But maybe he can just wait until a full lockdown onto Kragar with Burst, and you get a lot of Maelstrom out of it, and use it offensively and defensively. He's just trying to play the long game right now as best as possible. Now, Root Totem actually doing quite a lot for him. And Archie's able to recover. He doesn't have the Darker Racial, but does have a Trinket. Those two do go into DR when you use one or the other. Knocking back Kragar as he got himself a Reflect. Warbreaker to follow, or Colossus Smash rather. Does get hit by the Totem. Does need to take out that thing with a Sunder. Double Sunder to Kragar. Does go for a Trinket for one of them. Second stun does still affect him. Archie does get hit with the Disarm. He went in for big damage, but Kragar was able to turn a lot of the pressure back to the guy and not really give him much of an opportunity to really keep going with the damage. Saw himself dip. Kind of panicked, retreating behind the pillar. And I think he's just looking for as much recovery as possible right now. But without that Maelstrom, Krager is not really worried about chasing after the guy. Why he doesn't have Maelstrom? His healing is heavily, well, not diminished, but it's definitely not as strong as it potentially could be. Those root totems, though, he's got plenty of mana to just keep doing that in normal heals. It's just not a lot to work with. Dropping down a healing totem as well. That helps out maybe a little bit. Charged by Krager around the corner with a full burst. Bleeds. Does try to go for a Colossus Smash, I think. Does that connect? It looks like Colossus Smash is on cooldown. I wonder if it still hits Archie when he's on the ground like that. Or does it just like dodge it? I actually don't know. I don't know the answer to. Or he could be under a lot of trouble. Wall does get run into Kragar. Does he have himself another lockdown like he had before? He could potentially go for Ascend. He doesn't have access to his weapon. Does go for a trinket just to get his weapons back to him. But it's a fear out of Kragar. Kragar needs to lock him down. He has him so low. Battle stance and everything ready. Does get himself a stun. Knock back, charge back in with another stun. Got himself defensive stance. As Arhi just waited out his entire ascendance. Is going to be yet another Colossus match, but rooted out in the open. Arhi needs those Tempest procs. Does get a double stun onto Kragar. Just going to charge it with a demolish. Doesn't even let him get a full cast hit. Just taking him out. Just, I think, a single strike, if not a second strike, and demolish does it. Shaker pulling off some moves, by the way. Love seeing it. Kragar holding his own for his team. Trying to make sure he has a good finish out there. Let's get another one going. Blush and Kragar, let me know when your boys are ready. And we'll get another one going. Let me know. While I save a couple of these last few games. Because I have no idea if it saved the one before this one. Just to make sure. Beautiful. Blush is ready. Awesome. As soon as Kragar is ready, we'll be good to go. And Kragar is also ready. Alright. Let's do Blackrock Hold. We'll do Blackrock Hold, and then we'll do plus another one. And then we'll go back to Nagrand after a few, yeah? I think that's how we'll do it. The meta definitely is going to be definitely shifting, though. I think it's good to see the meta shift once in a while. So it's like the fact that it doesn't stay exactly the same. Ideally, I would want the meta to shift to the point where more classes get to be competitive and viable. But just like a shifting meta or not stale meta, I think it's also good. I think it's also acceptable. Someone about Soul Harvest Demo is bugged. I think I have to figure something out with the talents, but Demo Bolt had multiple hits for 1.3 million 3v3s. Maybe check out the Warlock Discord. They might have some information there because there's a PvP section for those class Discords too. So they might have some kind of like, if that's a bug, they would probably have it like displayed there. Because people are playing it, and if you're playing it, and there's probably a good chance other people are playing it too and discovering if it is bugged. Because maybe you never know. Because Outlaw Rogues were pretty bugged earlier. So were all Hunters. Apparently Outlaw Rogues got shellacked with some bans or switch or some kind of actions. As far as I'm aware, Hunters apparently are peachy. Got ourselves. What is your name? I feel like that's what I've been asking about to you, Kragar. Bull bursts out of plush though as the nameless warrior just got it absolutely bonked down. What is happening? What's her name? Bispa Shatney? I have no idea what that means. Biss! I think we called him Biss before, right? Biss the warrior? We'll call him Biss the warrior. Biss and slot. I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be close. Biss. So if I say Biss, I mean this guy right here. As Blush got himself a good opener, but that's a full second win. Blaze Storm before he can get a proper stun. Blush trying to go for a full go here. Cloak of Shadows with an evasion. That's a lot of defenses worked in it immediately, but I think he's just trying to see if he can take down the warrior before he even has a chance to respond. Quick fear out of the warrior though. Took it out of Blush. Warrior got himself a bit of Blaze. Not a lot of health to work with. Does go for a little bit of self-healing though. What is even, was that a Dark Run racial or was that somebody else? He's even got a really red everywhere. I don't really know. Doesn't look like it's a Dark Run racial, but somebody made him really red. Unless the rogue just makes him angry. Literally so angry he becomes red. Vanish out of Plush. I think he's still dotted though, however. Might be still bleeding out. And for Biss, if he can just stays away from the rogue, that's a full heal. Second one kicking in. This is why you gotta make sure to get a rupture going on the guy at all times. This way, at the very least, if you back away from him, you just don't let him heal at all. So you can chip away his health little by little, leave him bleeding, catch a reset, make sure he's still bleeding, and then when you come back in, after the bleeds are gone, he doesn't get to recover. So you gotta be very careful with it. And I actually think if you are playing the bleed build, maybe Deathstalker would be a little better. I think Trickster people played for the burst, but Deathstalker does have a little bit of this damage over time component to it, which is kind of nice. Misclick, all good. As it's going to be disarm onto Biss, trying to see if he gets a pressure onto Plush. Does go for a quick stunner with a demolish. It could be potentially in a bad spot. That's a full burst with a disarm onto the rogue. With a blaze storm right after. You can't even really respond right now. Maybe he could go for a step to juke him. Actually, no! Oh, he almost got the proper juke. He let the warrior charge him. He almost got the juke to charge. But I think the warrior has it here. Cheap shot? Yeah, the warrior just needs one more overpower. There's no way to dodge it. Just an ability that's just going to go right through all defenses. Even if you have a random natty dodge, it doesn't matter. Overpower is just going to get past it immediately. It's going to be full burst out of Bird with a Frostfire Bolt. Trying to see if he can get himself a proper go here. All right. As Abyss trying to see if he can get behind the pillar really quickly, dropping down a quick blizzard. That's going to be a full frozen orb into a quick charge versus bird. Full demolish. Get himself full going here. If you got yourself Warbreaker, there goes the not the Warbreaker. Cluster smash. That is still a full setup by Bird though. He's got himself all the time just walking away with a full beam on you. Abyss somehow survives this whole go. He has himself the most amount of damage. He just can't touch Bird at all. Guy's literally Harry Potter over here running around circles with the guy. Not letting him get even a hand on him. Cracker charges in immediately. Banner down. Blaze took to follow. Bird may be looking for an ice block here. Question is, does Cracker pick up Shattering Blow or Shattering Throw this time around? Or does he not? Guess we'll find out in a second here. Because Bird is taking a lot of pressure. He can't really escape Cracker right there. He's out of mobility. Got himself a blink, but next unlock could put him in a bad spot, actually. Stormbolt available for Cracker. That could be a great opportunity. Blizzard is slowing down Cracker, though. as an ability, but also maybe potential as a company, as they keep nerfing warriors. Does he have Shatter? He does not. Yeah, I don't think you do. I don't think you want to go Shatter. When you only have Paladin as well as only one mage on the other team, I don't think it's worth, because there's other towns you could invest into as well. Give yourself a bit more survivability or just damage. Full lockdown onto Cracker. Does have a trinket into a last second interrupt onto Bird with a quick reflect. Bird better be very, very careful with his reflecting as it dropped down a full meteor onto Cracker. Somebody did get reflected back at Bird. He did do a decent bit of damage. Oh, there goes the meteor. So then the other Comet Storm was just like, I think a random proc storm, right? I thought it was a Comet Storm from a meteor. Whoa. You have a stun? No, you don't. Oh, no. Full ice block. At the very least, he did get a full defensive on a Cracker. But he just kind of went in. Like, super aggressive. Just a flurry and then go block. Oh, no. Ultra's available. Cracker knows exactly where the man is going to get to reposition. It's going to be undead racial for just a quick second. Cracker immediately marching towards the all-time location. Breath. Do you have a proper setup? That is going to be a frozen orb. Does get interrupted. Bird super low in health. Cracker, as long as you don't get rooted, you're on sample right now. Trying to see if you can slow down Cracker. Leaping in and a quick mortal strike. Taking him out. Just snapping the mage into two. Oh, man. I mean, when you all bones as a mage, I imagine they're pretty easy for a big old orc warrior just to snap it too. But that's what he did. Just one more mortal strike. One more. That's not a great matchup for warriors in most cases. Cracker charging in towards Saya, actually. Trying to see if he can stay on him. He knows that Dawnlight, as well as the damage over time of Herald of the Sun, is not going to feel good. And he is either going to stay next to Saya and catch up as much healing as possible, or pressure him, or he needs to back away as soon as Dawnlight disappears completely. Disarmor to Saya, he gave himself a full Wake of Ashes, yet another set of Dawnlights, and Cracker just cannot really get away from him at all. He can't remove the Dawnlight easily. All he can do is maybe stay away from Saya for a second, but he catches up to you. Quick stun, I think just has you. Does not have any more cooldowns at the moment. Parry up for Saya, or I mean rather for Cracker. If you can just stay on top of Saya, you might be able to make something happen. Does reflect someone back at Saya. I think it might have been just a normal judgment. As he got himself a defensive stance. Maybe it's enough to live. Rally crate, you may want to pre-rally and you kind of go by Saya, because that next stun is going to be brutal. Full Wake of Ashes, that's not going to feel great. Lay on hands for Saya. Fear? No, he's going to trick it immediately. There goes the battle, what is it? The what am I trying to say? Battle Master's Trinket, together with a Rallying Cry, just to give him more health, but it's a lot of borrowed health. It's a ton of borrowed health. Way too much. Blaze Storm, just to see if he can waddle away. That Dawnlight lasts so long. Yeah, he's just not going to be able to escape it all that easily. Charges in, quick disarm. Saya, all he needs is a quick blind, just walk away. Or just a Wake of Ashes Dawnlight again. Cracker, how do you defeat this? He just can't escape him. He just constantly has him with a Dawnlight. You can't go for a single heal ever. As PvE Mannequin gonna try to see if he can get himself a setup versus Saya. Got himself full Shield of Vengeance, everything available. Does go for a Trinket. Trinket's out immediately as Mannequin got himself a little bit of survivability. Full Dawnlight is on him, but AMS able to live it, able to deal with it. Saya with a quick bubble that goes to regenerate, and before dampening gets super high, finally able to go for a proper heal here. As Mannequin got himself a bit of burst into a Wake of Ashes. He goes for Lichborn, which technically makes him undead, and Wake of Ashes therefore stuns him. So that's a proper easy stun out of Saya. I don't even know if it DRs the other stuns either. I think it's just a non-DR. No, it does DR stuns by the looks of it. No, Hodge confirms. I thought for some reason it was one of those non-DRable stuns. like extra punishment for DK. Got himself a little bit of that little bit of that pure magic immunity, but PvE Mannequin just has enough physical damage under his belt where he can bypass it easily. Couple of blitz that don't have the big burst proc. That's it. That's really good. You actually do a decent bit of damage. PvE Mannequin manfully is playing around with the Frost DK, not just the burst build, but also a very sustained heavy build. Shaken, after seeing Goyers topple the guy, is going to be the next guy up next. So the DK, I think normally Death Knights can actually tussle with the caster pretty well. They got a lot of CC, grip is fantastic, the range kick is also really good, does get silenced, that actually locks out the DK for quite a few of his abilities, cannot go for interrupt or anything like that, does get himself an AMS either way though, and Shaken got himself a potentially big setup. As long as he gets some full rift onto Goeris, he doesn't get the rift there, but does go for a kick. Last second on the rift, Goeris got a blinker all over the place. I really cannot track him, barely can. Full Fireflight Synergy, rift on top of it. That's a lot of damage. Goeris does not have a lot to work with here. Does summon a go just to sacrifice it real quick, squeeze a little life out of it. Quick summon to shake him. Is it enough here though? Got himself a bit of a blitz back to back. Right now for Goeris with an AMS might be enough for him to continue the pressure in order to topple down the shadow for Shaken. Just trying to see if he can back up out of there. Quick fear. No way to break it. Full Void Shard. Got himself another rift. You just gotta live long enough. Does Goeris get himself the Death Strikes he needs? He's got himself a stun, but it's just not enough. And Shaken does end up taking him out. Just taking the full rift back towards Archie. You still do have a disperse. So as long as you disperse at a good time, disperse immediately. Now he won't have a defensive though for any of the bursts out of Archie. Question is, does Archie just go in full burst? Got himself Bloodlust. Does he rank up any more damage here? Or does he just go for a Bloodlust Shakedown Shaken? Because if he goes minimum defensive, minimum offensive power, you'll have someone available for Sabo, who's just ready on deck. Shaken does get a quick fear onto Archie. Actually fears him pretty far away, able to catch up a little bit of healing. Could be huge for Shaken right now. With the Shadow Crash onto Archie, Flame for Insanity for a second. Got himself a rift, cannot get interrupted on the rift though. Just trying to see if he can survive just a little bit longer. Just needs to stay away from the guy. Stunned around the corner as he does have a rift around him. Catching up as much healing as possible. Dropping down a Sunder. So Archie may just have enough here to take down Shay. Shay pumping out all defenses immediately all at once. Looking for as much self-healing as they can. I don't know if you have a stun or a silence. You do have a silence very, very soon. So maybe just silence Archie as soon as you see him. Not let him heal. He does go for a Dark Eye Rachel to dispel all those dots, and it's going to put him in a horrified position for a second. I don't know where Shaken's mana is, but imagine it's not all that high. He needs to go for silence immediately onto Archie. Silence. Full go. Void Torrent. He still got physical damage. Able to remove the silence or at least avoid it. Wall out for Archie. Shaken got himself a little bit of help to work with. Fear onto Archie. Hold on, is that enough? He barely is alive. Is this going to be enough? Into full ascent. He's just panicking. He's trying to see if he can add the Priest. Stun around the corner. Priest with the Shadow Ward Death. Trying to end this duel right now. Big wind strikes, but the Priest takes it. I can't believe a Priest won that one. I thought, honestly, out of all the duels, that one is probably going to be Shaman's go. Shaman's game for sure. But the Priest somehow squeaked by. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. That was so good. Oh, it was so close to between the two. I was kind of rooting for both of them, to be honest. I thought, like, okay, I think Archie more likely to win this. But Shadow Priest apparently are pumping. Let's get another one going. Hell yeah. All right, Push, let's reform your group real quick. Let's reform your group again. Okay, boys, we gotta have Plush remake the group here real quickly. If you want to join Team Plush, you'll have it listed under Raids Legacy. Cracker is also listing the group, so you can join him as well. So we're just gonna get a mix up a little bit. But yeah, let's get some fresh new bodies in here too. That was so close, dude. That was so good. Hello, Del. What's up, Sally? How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, my man. Yo, that was such a close duel. I can't believe you won that. I cannot believe you lived that. What was that? Somebody explain. How many of these duels have we even done? I feel like we've just... I feel like time is flying by real quickly. It's so many of these? That's wild, man. Can't see group. Sec. Oh, was that supposed to make the group? Okay. Alright. Here we go. It's up. It's up. Yeah, I thought you were gonna. Yeah, I guess in the past we did do it. We were doing a group. Yeah, we're always constantly redoing a group. We're just gonna. I'm gonna join up. I want to try to see if I can get some fresh new blood in here for Team Plush, and we'll also have the boys that already played join in. So I'll give it like a minute. And Panda Boxer, I see a fresh new name. I'll pick that up. I see Goer Saya Bird already played. I'll grab him. Yeah, I guess I can start making them Plush. I can start making them. I can do that. Yeah, Arhi technically got to play for this team too, but you only got to play once. So I'll grab Arhi and we'll do just to make it like super purple. Okay, let's grab purple and we'll do Bird because Bird signed up first. We'll do it like that, right? We'll do it like that, and we'll get Goeris and Saya next. Okay, cool. A lot of monks in this team, but that's okay. We'll work with it. Instance group. What instance group is he in? Okay, I have no idea. But we'll make Plush lead. I'll leave. We'll sign you guys up into a Tiger's Peak, I guess. We'll do that and we'll work with that. Cool. Mrs. got TV volume up right now. All good. All good. Appreciate you for I really do appreciate it, Plush. You helping out with the EU groups, man. It is a beauty. It helps me tremendously. You don't even know. Yeah, but we are redoing groups constantly, Sai. Well, I'll get you in the next one. How does that sound? So we'll do this team, we'll do it twice, and then we'll reshuffle the groups. We'll get Saya, we'll get Goeris, and we'll get 2 new names, or as many new names as we can. We'll just try to get as many new bodies as possible. Panda Boxer and Purple Piach. What a good name, dude. What a good name. Wait, hold on. I would just say Team 2 has some great names, man. We got also Panda, we got Purple. But then I was actually looking at the Team Saya, Team Cracker. We got a guy named Tired of Life. We got Biss, we got Saba. Touch Bubble. This guy's name is Touch Bubble. We got Cracker first up. I think Team 2 is still trying to figure out who's going to be first. Cracker's already out and about. Roman. Hanging around, man. How did they used to be a group? I used to ODF. Feel that. Yeah, I do feel that. Compared to DF, yeah, Rogues are pumping the DF right now. They just haven't really been given buffs. Arhi versus Kragar, a match that I'm actually excited for. Because I think last time they tried to duel each other, Kragar, I mean, Arhi was behind on cooldowns completely, but now he gets to properly play with all cities available. Kragar charging an Avatar at the ready, so he's got himself actual way to break out of those roots into a defensive stance. He's getting shellacked, but the stun totals back to back. Arhi got himself full Bloodlust at the ready. He's actually just as tall as Kragar for a second with the Bloodlust, as well as the Dark Iron Racial. Looks so cool. Is Kragar able to survive a lot of that Bloodlust burst? Trying to keep the pressure onto Arhi as best as possible. There goes full Ascend with the defensive stance. Might decide to go for parry. Instead, he's going to go for a Fear, and I think he's just going to go try to see if he can just CC out Arhi's full burst. Fear into a stun. Arhi only got a handful of wind strikes there. Second stun right after with a Stormbolt. Yeah, Arhi's full cooldowns there on Ascendance got completely locked down. That was the whole purpose of what Kragar was trying to do there. He's got parry available in case he needs to. Full Tempests are coming right through, and Arcade really needs to get those Tempest procs if possible. Big stun onto Kragar. Did not have stuns to follow up. Lots of Ghostos joining in though. That's a lot of opportunity for damage into a Hex onto Kragar as he got himself a little bit of healing. Does get a quick kick. Kragar's super low. If you get yourself a big Tempest out of left field, that could potentially end the duel. Stun Totem. There's going to be big demolish onto Kragar as he goes in for a trick, and Arcade got himself some burst, and Arcade actually takes it. That Stun Totem, I think, ended up coming in clutch. Oh my goodness. Is just trying to catch up as much health as possible. Tired of Life was trying to see if he could charge him, but does get rooted by that totem. It looked like he was trying to give him an auto duel. He wasn't. He was just trying to see if he could get his own proper go, but the root totem stopped him. Quick Sigil of Fear onto Arcade as full demon form is available. Got him some meta and everything, taking out a totem immediately. Are you a Aldraki Reaver or are you a Felscar Demon Hunter? Is my question. I guess we'll find out in a second. I didn't see those fell explosions. But his whole metamorphosis just not really getting value as Archie able to cut him out with a slow. That is one biggest disadvantage of a Demon Hunter. You have great mobility with the charges like Fell Rush and the backflip, but a slow, you don't have a lot of ways to remove a slow. So once you get slowed down, if you just don't have a good position of like using those Fell Rushes to get around the corner, it can actually put you behind. Does drop it down a stun totem, I think. No, maybe no. The Demon Hunter taking out these totems really quickly. Is Eldraki trying to see if he can get himself a big setup versus Archie into a full Sigil of Misery. Does get himself the double backflip though, so at the very least he can double out of there. Archie, not a lot of health available. Demon Hunter rushing past him with a big Blade Dance. As long as he can get himself the big Blade Throw and then use Blade Dance into a Chaos Strike, he can put a mark onto Archie so he takes a ton of damage. Does drop down Darkness for a second. Demon Hunter taking lots of hits with those Tempest though. Trying to see if he can maybe cash this out, but a Trinket out for Archie with a big slam down as triple Ghostos are available. That is beautiful. He's got himself the proper procs and everything he needed. Oh my goodness, who's up next? Is this Sabo? Sabo is hanging out his mount. He's looking at somebody else. He's looking at Abyss potentially. And Touch Bubble is just looking at Abyss. Yeah, I think he's just waiting for Abyss. Hopefully this man is actually here because Archie otherwise get himself a proper re-heal. Not a lot of mana available, but he's trying to see if he can catch up as much as possible. He got himself full root at the very least versus Abyss. He's dropping down the banner. So now you don't have to worry about the banner coming out later. You could potentially get a proper stun totem, Sunder, double stunner combo on him. So that's potentially huge for Archie. Does try to see if he can get himself a knockback, but a Blaze Storm stops it. Archie trying to see if he can back away from Abyss. Is that both Dark Iron? Yeah, both of them are Dark Irons. Charges in. He's got himself full blades. Big burst available. Does have the Sunder into a stun totem. If he keeps him nearby, the second stun totem should be able to stop him. Does get to stop him. Full bloodlust and everything available for Archie with the Doom wins. It's going to be disarmed to Archie for a second. Kind of limited what he can do with these weapons, but can drop down more totems. Checking out the totem very, very quickly. Archie with yet another one. It's going to be Biz breaking out of it though, using Dark Iron Racial, so he doesn't have a normal trinket. I don't know if he can stun him or anything, but he won't have a trinket for a bit there. And Biz just trying to see if he can keep the pressure onto Archie. Shamans will crack under pressure with a warrior, so you do want to go for a hit and run. This is why he's being very, very careful with his burst. Every time he has attack and Biz, he always wants to make sure he's got a defensive or an out. Got himself the Tempest. The more procs of Tempest you can get, the better. Stunned by Biz as he got himself a full Demolish. Sunder to break the Demolition just apart. That's super, super unfortunate. A War Breaker or Colossus Smash Brothers up, but Archie is picking up a couple of these Tempests back to back. For Biz, he's just going in for as much damage as possible. Defensive to follow. But I think it's over. Light and Lasso. Oh, Trinket last second does try to go for a stun. But looks like the Ghostos do take him. I think might have been a rallying cry falling off. So all the Bard hell is gone as the pets go in for a bite. Taking him out. Sabo is another enhanced with Shamanth. So far, Archie has been able to hold the fort. But Sabo has got us quite a bit of damage. He's playing Totemic. Where Archie is playing the Tempest, Sabo is switching over to strategy of Totemic. Might be great here. But if anything, Archie definitely does not have the defenses I think needed to survive this. He's gonna have to play the slow and steady game, root onto Sabo, trying to see if he can get to him. Sabo also goes in for a root of his own. So for Archie, he wants to go for some damage. He's got himself Bloodlust and everything, as well as Doom wins, but he just can't capitalize on it whatsoever. He got Ascendance. The only problem he is at right now is not a lot of health. And if he is gonna try to use his Maelstrom, he's gonna really want to use Lightning Bolts to see if he can zap out Sabo and maybe get more Tempest in there. But if he just does not have a lot of health, he's going to have to send all that Maelstrom into self-healing. And it's not like he has a lot of mana to really work with anyway. Archie trying to see if he can take down some of the totems from Sabo. Sabo got himself full Bloodlust. Sunder follow, double Sun Totem potentially. Archie not in a great spot. Does have a wall, looking for as much health recovery as possible. Ascendance, trying to see if he can use that Ascendance to force Sabo to play defensively. And it's working actually. Big Tempest. Sabo goes underground for a second. Archie picking up as much health as he can and procs as he can off of those totems. But Sabo knocking him up in the air. And just getting a big old uppercut on the guy. That is so rough. Purple gonna be up next as a Monkus playing out into the Shadow Pain by the looks of it. Trying to see if he can get a proper setup. Disarm to Sabo, does clash with him. Lightning Lasso stops him in place. Doesn't really take too much damage from it. That is a full, what is it called? The, what is it called? Fort Brew to give him a bit of defense. Towed him down for Sabo. Got himself lots of shielding. break through the shielding really quickly though. Full burst out of purple. It's going to be a karma. Sabo could be under a lot of trouble. Just trying to see if he can wait out the karma as best as possible. That is a full burst out of purple though. Sabo surviving. I don't even know how he was doing it. Stun onto purple. Do you have enough damage? Sabo trying to see if he can add this right now. Purple does get behind the pillar for a second, picking up a little bit of health. Verify is still doing a little bit for you. 37% dampening. Not feeling good at all though. All Sabo needs to do is get back over there really quickly. Land a proc or two. And I think it takes it. A little bit of healing for Saba. Purple, not in a great spot. Able to at least start recovering health little by little from these totems. Or from these pets, I guess, rather. I guess totems too, but mostly pets. In Capital Saba. Is that enough though? Lexi, do you have a go? What is that knock? What is that knock? He just went flying and just slid along the wall. As it's a full fist of fury for purple, but he doesn't really want to catch up after Saba. He's back there with his totem pulsating after him. That totem does not feel good either. They're really trying to make that totem as good as it can be. It's like pure flame strike damage. So it actually bypasses your armor completely. Saba juicing up the totem, hoping that maybe it'll just like take that damage onto purple. Doesn't quite go that way though. Fist of Fury out. Doesn't have karma for 20 seconds. So purple, if he's gonna have a play here, he better make the best play possible. Trinket out of Saba could be under a lot of pressure. Big burst, but it's Sunder by the Shama taking him out. But Bird trying not to let Saba get behind the pillar whatsoever. Throwing down a frozen orb. He catches I guess one of the totems, I think. I don't think it's really hitting him though. Lightning lasso, maybe a blink. Does not get a blink. He's just gonna have to take all that damage to their face for a second. Lightning bolts out of Saba. He needs to get himself another one of those big totems, but Bird got himself the perfect setup. Yep, freeze, stun. There's no way to escape it. Bird, hold on a second. I think he flurried him a little bit too early. I think he was trying to flurry to make sure he gets a guaranteed shatter proc onto Saba, but that just breaks him out and just lets him go for a burrow last second. Does have a wall coming up soon too with an ascent, so you might just have to sand over a Bird. Next time he sees Bird, he might just have to send the totem back behind the pillar. Maybe can reposition it. He got a little bit of health to work with. Maybe with this in wall together with the totem, maybe you can make something happen. Stun around the corner. Bird with an ice block. That is perfect. That is so perfect. For Sabo, I think he's got himself a winning position. He does need to find a way to fight through Plush and Panda. Man, this Shamans, by the way, within his argument, within his Summoning, Shamans are straight up holding the fort, dude. They got beefed up. Enhancement in particular has got really, really beefy. Breath for a second. Bird needs to get himself a proper CC chain. Does blink away for a moment. All the time is available, so maybe he can at least reposition back to his better health. He needs some kind of healing. Trying to go for a full stun onto Saba. Is it going to be enough though? Meteor down. Does get a shatter hit for a second. Is it enough? Ray of Frost, do you have a kick? I don't even know if you need to. I don't even know if you have to. He just needs a couple more hits. A Bird, I think, goes down. Ice block last second. Blush already ready to go, dude. He's already ready. Does break out of a block really, really quickly. Breath onto a wall. Saba. Oh, he just gets a big storm strike at the end. Not much you can really do there. And I think this is where Saba may be meeting his end. Walking into a rogue as he got literally nothing left. Trinket does get a double stun on Plush, but at that point, yeah. At that point, what could he do? Not a lot. Touch Bubble is going to be up next. And last one, Aura for the team 1. Try to see if he can catch up to Plush. Does get to knock him out in the open with the AoE into an in-cap. Trying to ruin the guy. Cheap shot by the rogue. Get the shot off of that cheap really, really early. I don't know if it was maybe just DR'd because it's an orc. Maybe he was DR'd from earlier or something. But that seemed like it happened really, really quickly. But Touch Bubble does go for a couple of ports here. 58% damp, but he's still got Shrink. He's still got everything. For Plush, this could be an opportunity for him to get a proper reset because he's got a lot of defenses available. He's just trying to keep the rogue out of stealth as best as possible, in combat as best as you can. He tried to go for a gouge. I don't think it did anything though. Did it? Did it break? Because I know he went for a gouge. I heard the sound, but it just didn't look like it did anything. Touch Bubble trying to see if he can just use those images in order to keep the pressure on to Plush. Does charge right back to him. Getting the shot off of that Celestial Conduit ability. And Plush got him some evasion, but that's like the only thing he's got. Is it Touch of Death? No, he's just trying to see if he can black kick him down. He's got evasion, but that's about all he's got. Cheat Death, if anything. No blind, or I think it's over. Yeah, I think it's over. I think all the monk was trying to do is just try to see if he can chip away the rogue's health while trying to avoid any of those defenses by getting behind the guy. Quick in cap, blackout kick while evasion was up, right? A little bit of damage. Panda box and charging out towards touch, trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling himself. Lexi by touch bubble, got himself full reversal back into Panda, and Panda should hopefully have his own burst here as well. Disarm onto touch bubble, celestial combo, but he's rooted, so he can't really do much right now about it. Oh my goodness, as he got himself karma, and Panda can still go for a karma of his own as he gets super low. Better be very careful. Super low karma. Oh no! A touch bubble just take it. Oh my goodness. Savo, it's got 3. How many did Archie get? Was it 3? Welcome to World of Shamans, boys. Dragon Hours await. Appreciate you, game. Oh, Bissian, please, no. You tell me about the lore later. Alrighty. Alright, boys. Let's get us another going. We don't have to switch the team plush at all. We can still keep that same team because they can get one more, and then after that we'll switch up the team. We'll get Saya, we'll get Goeris, and then 2 extra. Ready? Beautiful. Holy Pyre, how we doing, my man? We are doing some now. I can invite next game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So we can get Pyre and the homie. That's awesome. So it'll be some fresh blood here. Go, cool. We could do that. We do a Lordaeron. We'll do a Lordaeron. We'll keep going as long as Cracker wants to keep going. I got myself a bit of coffee, a little bit of food.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
Yeah, I'll whisper you Pyro when the spot is open. We'll do it like that. Did you guys see that whole thing with the Brutosaur being added to the store? What are your thoughts on it, man? Do you like the fact that Brutosaur is back as a cash shop thing? Or no? Because I think a lot of people miss Brutosaur, and by how many people bought it, I know people usually have like a stigma against like mounts on the store. But I guess maybe like people have been enjoying War Within and were like, you know what, F it. I miss the Brutosaur. I don't want to miss it again. I can tell you a lot of BFA players are coming back to the game, dude. A lot of BFA players that missed the mount came back to the game. Because all of them probably went out like, yeah, immediately, dude, I get it. Can care less, don't want to buy it. Fair enough, fair enough. Switch. It is cool that it came back. What is this? I am so far away. Holy, you get to see the outside. There's a wall? It goes down? Oh, goes up here. Oh, it's so weird. That was the weirdest camera. I love when camera bugs out like that. But that was a weird angle of this whole arena. Panda box the first up versus Cracker. Wait a second, hold on a second. Sweet Lana. Cracker's backing up too. He's like, hey, Sweet Lana, get away. It's my duel. Wait, Sweet Lana. Sweet Lana, no. No, Sweet Lana. Oh, why are you lancing the Zoed? Lana. Okay, Lana's backing up out of there. Oh, Pando at the very least got a moment to breathe. Cracker even backed away. Like, hold on a second. They're probably yelling on his team like, please, no, get back. It's not your time yet. Not your turn. Please, keep it honorable. He's keeping his team in check there. Karma onto Cracker. He can't really respond. Fear onto Pando. At the very least, he might be able to live it. Pando is just jittering all over the place, dude. That fear really got him shivering. Holy. What happened? What is going on? Oh, at least Panda was able to recover there really quickly. What is your mog? What is happening? Oh no, Lexi onto Cracker. Does he have the damage he needs right now? Playing the card with Celestial, he does get good random procs from Celestials, but it's really a lot of his damage comes from that big ability, the actual pulse of the Celestials, the main ability. I think it's shameless about the mount. Yeah. I'll read that in a second, boys. Kragar, the China Vriazel Человек. Oh, he's asking about the Kragar digging into his own team about, hey, what are you doing trying to interrupt the duel? Yeah, I have no idea what that was all about, to be honest. Yeah, this Nayo. Have no idea. Big place about a Kragar. Oh! And Pando, I love the way the Pandaran died. It's like super animated, but like as he's getting Blamestorm, he like falls over like he got Blamestorm. It is perfect. Stone to bird. for Krager, it's a pretty hard matchup. So far, he's been able to tussle with Bird, but he's walking into this one with not as many defenses as he normally has. That is a full burst. Trinket, got him some defenses, leaping away, full shatter, dropping down banner, wall, parry, just waddling out of there. He might be under a lot of trouble. Wait, the mage just left? The mage just left on Team Kragar. All right, Krager, you're gonna have to play for 2. You're gonna have to play for 2. Play like a one-man army here, which usually he can do just well, but he's under a ton of pressure. That's a lot of flurry, lots of shatters, another frost bomb. Unless you can stop it, he does reflect something back at the guy, but I don't think he reflected a frost bomb. And Krager's health is under a ton of pressure. Lance is back-to-back. Bird was able to take it. That is an unwinnable matchup. That was unfortunate. I'm not really sure what happened to the mages, but they bailed. Somebody on Team Kragar, either Sabo, Touch Bubble, or Tired of Life, are gonna have to basically play. Så nie tvoj minus 5. Это твой. Это не твой. Что случилось с магом, думает? Asking Archie right now, what does he think happened with the mage? Archie doesn't really know a lot of English, so I literally have to speak him with the language of his people and try to translate it for you boys as best as I can. Lexi onto Bird. Full frost bomb, trying to see if he can drop down Meteor. Dodge Bubble takes all the damage, uses the defensive, but a little bit late. He after took the Meteor, after took the Combo Storm, then used the defensive. Still probably a decent move. That's another shatter. Oh, Bird! Oh, wait a second! Was that just like a trinket touch of death? I thought it was over for Touch Bubble. I thought it was over. Plus, immediately trying to have a go versus Touch Bubble, but he's DR'd. That full lockdown by the mage actually puts him in a DR, having some abort back and forth. Plus, with Shadow Blade's flagellation, cannot really maximize the damage. Cheap shot just to cancel out Defensive Fury and still able to get some damage into Touch Bubble. He does get himself an incap and rolling away from Plush. Plush, if he just waits out until full kidney shot, could potentially just topple him. There's just nothing he can do right now. Nothing he can do. So, China Mog. Okay. Думал, идем в Molten Core. Хорошо. Yeah, actually, okay, so what we do for these duels is we list us under Molten Core. Just because if we list us under RBGs, everybody thinks we're doing RBGs and people don't pay attention to the duel thing. That mage thought they were actually doing Molten Core run. So he had no idea what is going on. That happens once in a while. But it's funny that it happened there. Понятно. I get it now. That explains it a bit. But yeah, we usually put it under Molten Core just to kind of keep it out of the way. Because who the hell is trying to group up for Molten Core raids? Molten Core is soloable. So that's the reason why we keep it under Molten Core. Because who the hell out here groups up for Molten Core? Cheap shot at a Plush, does himself an invasion. Not a lot of health available. I keep trying to switch over to Plush, but both teams lost one. So I thought Plush was 4, but now he's a 3. So it's just going to get confusing on my end. When I switch to targets. Gouge for a moment. All he can maybe go is a disarm. Kidney shot is super DR'd. Cheat death, but he cannot escape. He can't go anywhere. Got himself a little bit of heal at the end, but a quick kick by the monk. Elixing the monk is trying to see if he can hold the fort here. Purple, gonna be up next. Is it really down to only 2 left over for Team 2? Did they also lose a guy, or was it just that quick? Or is it just Touch Bubble just absolutely snap people in half? As it's going to be Alexi Purple, trying to see if he can get himself some big burst, massive kicks onto Touch Bubble as he goes in for a karma. So Purple is so Touch Bubble does go for a big defensive. Purple could potentially go for defensive of his own. Might need to. He got himself full defensive with a karma, with a diffused magic, full fist of, what is it? Flurry? Frenzy? Is it Flurry? The Shadow Pen ability? It might be Flurry. I still actually think Purple might be under a lot of trouble. Touch Bubble able to maintain himself and keep himself fairly healthy, fairly alive. Purple with a Fist of Fury, but Touch Bubble able to roll past it, knocking him up in the air so he can't even go anywhere. Got himself a couple of procs, charging him back in, ringing pieces separated for a second. Bubble tried to see if he can get around it really quickly. Got himself a Dragon Kick to follow, and I think he might just take it. Purple trying to see if he can keep himself alive as best as possible. I don't really know what he can do in this situation. Disarm for a second, so at least you can deny a Fist of Fury from the other guy as you go for Fist of Fury of your own, but an incap just kind of stops you. Lexi off of that kick, trying to see if he can get himself some damage of his own, but he just doesn't have a lot of health to work with here. Got himself at least mobility so you can outrun the guy, but you just can't recover unless you can just stand there and cast verifies, but he's going to keep you on your toes the entire time. Trying to see if he can charge over to you with Crackling Chain Lightning as they just exchange your blows. Purple able to catch up just a little bit of health. Fist of Fury maybe can go for an incap. That is full burst on a bubble. He got himself fuel on. Images are available. He's gonna go for a port. Touch bubble, try to see if he can separate. Oh, purple, you might be under a lot of trouble. Karma in 12. I don't know if you live that. No, no, no. Oh, no. Fist, if you're out of touch, it's your time to shine, my man. Karma onto the elemental. Didn't even go Karma onto Archim. Was he maybe trying to... Either he didn't mean to Karma the elemental. That or maybe thought, wait, can Dark Iron remove Karma? If they can, I might not want to Karma him. I might just want to Karma an elemental just so I have a proper defensive. Might have been the play there. Might have been what he thought of. Because he does have himself a magic fusel, so he can at least reduce some of the magic damage, shrink it out of Archie. Full ascendance in the ready. He just got a shimmering all over the place. He's got some big wind strikes. Bubble will be able to back up out of them for a quick second. He's got images surrounding Archie, so at least he can do some damage from a distance with just images alone. Fist if you're onto Archie, slow him down. Big board to at least catch up a little bit of healing. He gotta catch up as much health as possible. Ring of Peace, verify back to back. Archie trying to potentially end the duel. In cap around the corner does get the root totem, able to break out very, very quickly. And Archie having to go for his own healing surge. Is Archie playing random ghost wolves or is he summoning wolves himself? I wonder actually. He might be playing random procs of wolves. It's hard to tell though. Lasso does not last long at all though, as Archie might be under a ton of pressure. I don't know if he lives it. This is a bit more damage, but Zuenjo, it's in a bubble, does pick up a ton of damage at the end. That was 4. He actually just decimated. It did so good. Wow. Okay, let's get us another one going, boys. Onomas, yeah? Let's get another one going. Holy. All right, Team Plush. We are going to be reforming the Team Plush. So anybody on Team Plush with a rogue named Plush, we're going to be going to Molten Core and remaking the group a little bit. So we got to get got a spot now. Wait, I have to make it money though. Armored, what is it? Bracer? For 4,000 per? Holy, he made a lot of gold. Okay, we got Plush, we got Saya and Goeris. And then we can do Holy Pyre and a friend. I have to make money apparently, boys, on Discord. Check it out. Jesus. What? Yeah, I know you guys are trying to join in. Архи, мы сейчас в команду пытаемся как его размешать чуть-чуть. Я пытаюсь инвайт Holy Pyre и друга, если можно. Потом может тебя обратно в команду, хорошо? Мы как его размешаем. 2 человека, которые уже играли, они могут обратно записаться, и 2 новых. Так делаем. Русский уже чуть забываю. Да. Хорошо. Okay, awesome. Like a noob seal. I was really waiting for Holy Pyre, but I might just take a noob seal just because that's a name that I haven't seen. Но после этой игры может тебя обратно, хорошо? Потому что 2 игры назад Сая был в нашей группе. Потом я Сая поставил напротив. Тебя брал и думаю, Bird брал и Монка брал. Сейчас они поиграли. Сейчас размешаем 5 spots. Yeah. Yeah. Telling Holy Pyre right now how many groups we got. Pick around 1K, no significant drop. Okay, trying to communicate with the Holy Pyre really quickly, like where to have them sign up or whatever. It looked like there was going to be a friend of theirs. If it's just Holy Pyre by themselves, I could grab Holy and +1 like Bird or somebody, or Pando, I guess, because Pando haven't got to play too many games. It's kind of fresh, or we could pick up whoever. But if Holy Pyre got a friend, then we'll grab Holy Pyre and friend for a few. $10 to make good money. You got patience for it? Nah, definitely don't have patience. Yeah, definitely do not have patience. It is a virtue. Not one that I have, though. Not one that I have. Invite me? Okay, we'll get Pyre. Alright, I don't know if Pyre got a +1 that they want to suggest. I'll give him a second, otherwise I'll just grab like Pando or Bird. Probably Pando. It sounded like Pyre had a Paladin friend too. Like a Paladin and a Warrior. I'll give him a second. Give him a second. Give him a moment. Seeing if they invite. Show Dalaran next match with my opinion on Brutusar. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think it's shameless. I think it's hilarious being baiting the bots into buying it, banning them and denying refund. Oh, Bayek? Okay, Bayek I could do. I think it was his friend. Yeah, I think it was his buddy. He's back. Yeah, got him. I'm assuming Bayek, yeah? I'm assuming Bayek, right? I'm hoping that's the guy. Alrighty. I'm gonna make plush lead. Raid lead. I bounce. We're good, I think. Okay. Nice. On the grand. I assumed as much. LG. All good. All good. All you told me is look, it's a paladin. But yeah. Yeah, I imagine they did end up banning all the bots that were like buying up the WoW token though, because they probably did it the fastest. As soon as people found out, they probably insta-bought all of it. They probably were like, okay, now we know where the bots are coming from. But it's crazy how many people bought it, right? How many people dropped the money on it. It's kind of expensive of amount, you know? Oh man. I don't know. Normally people have a big problem with like store mounts, but with how many people bought it, I was just like, are the winds shifting? Are the winds changing? Because I felt like the vibe is very different. Normally it's like, normally people are very upset when the new mount drops in, but like people were memeing on it, but like a lot of people are really happy that it's back. Like surprising amount. People are like, yeah, it's a store mount. I don't want to support it, but like, Brutusaur. Just kind of surprised me, honestly. Alrighty, switch. We got ourselves Gossagri join back in over for the. I like the mug. I gotta get more of those monk beads. You barely get any, but they actually look kind of good, like on their own. There's actually so many different color schemes soon too. We got Caligaron in here. Wait, is that somebody I know? No, I think this guy came in a couple times, a few duels. We got a Cracker, Tired of Life, Saba versus Backhead. This has got him so full bursted already. It's going to be double stuns on the Saba that does take down the totem before he gets a stun. So Backhead is very, very keen on which totems to take out when it comes to Shamans. Kind of getting low in health. Maybe looking for a defensive here. Lasso might just have to go for a proper defensive. Blaze him to chase after him. He's got a lot of burst, if anything, leaping around the corner, trying to deny Sabo any opportunity to catch up any kind of healing. There goes in regeneration, but you really got to get close in order to get some of those bloodthirsts. At the very least, you do have the earthy elemental that you can hang out with in order to give it a little bit of healing. Do you Sabo drop down a wind totem? Wind rush totem? I'm pretty sure it was a wind rush totem that doesn't let him get slowed, right? He can literally just run the entire time. He can avoid getting slowed, but Backhead the entire opportunity. It's actually like a proper sprint, like a rogue sprint. This Backhead get himself a little bit of burst. Saba trying to see if he can tussle with it. Does not have a lot of offenses. Oh my god, he got himself a big burst last second. But Backhead picked up a ton of burst at the last moment. He's trying to get himself that second one healing. You're good. No Feral catching up, chasing after you or anything. You're all good. You're all catching up. We got Bayek on the team. We got this Goeris. Sai in the back. Oh my. There is the long boy. The longest. I wonder why they decided to do a mailbox instead of like a normal vendor. But I guess like you could always get a normal vendor everywhere else, right? I guess it makes sense. We got ourselves plush as well. Is it going to be Backhead versus who? Caligorn? Caligorn. Arms versus Fury. That is my opinion. Okay, I think our opinion is clear. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to say, but I'm gonna take a guess, shot in the dark here. I think you probably are enjoying the mount. Potentially. Maybe. Even a little. Caligari with a big parry. Backhand does not have a defensive for this one, so you gotta find an escape. That OCC, not in a great spot right now. That's gonna stun last second. Trying to get some bursts going, but Caligari got him some plenty of bursts with a stun. There's just nowhere to go, nowhere to escape. You are gonna be going down eventually, with Bayek gonna be up next. Are you also Xanda? Xanda Paladin meta is something I can definitely stand behind and get behind. Full burst, you just hammering the guy. Just absolutely hammering him to smithereens. They did very well to put this mountain shop. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were missing out, like, on the, what is it, the Brutosaur. And the only way you can get a Brutosaur is for, like, 9 gold cap from black market auction house at that point. A lot of people missed out on the Brutosaur, and, like, it's such a useful mount. It's so nice, but now literally everybody can own a Brutosaur. It's surprising just how, like, there's definitely people unhappy with the more store mounts. I don't disagree with that completely, but surprising amount of people have very, very positive vibes about that mount. It's crazy. Gossip Green, not in a great spot, does have a wall, Incarnation, everything here may not be in a great spot. Trying to see if we can just live Bayek, but Bayek does take it. Oh, 2 for Bayek so far. Demon Hunter trying to see if he can cut down those gates short if possible. So far, Team 1 is not looking all that good right now. They've been taking hits after hits. Bayek just has himself a bubble. He does a bubble. Wall available. Main to bubble this early. Does go for the bubble. Is that regenerating? Yeah, back up against the wall. Goes for full regenerating. Tired of life. Able to get a bit of burst though. Full meta. I don't know if he was able to dodge a stun. If he was able to dodge a hodge, that'd be huge. Hunt does not get to follow right through. There goes the proper trinket out of the stun. He can still hunt right now. IBM, big hunt, but does get hit, I think. Oh no, he does get to dodge the blind. He does get to dodge the blind. He's got himself lots of mobility. Trying to see if he capitalizes some burst. Bayek is just absolutely doing numbers though. Full immunity out of Tired of Life for a second. And Bayek is trying to see if he can take it and end this. Darkness down for a second. Big blade downs out of Tired of Life. Does he have enough damage right now? He's got to find a way to break past the shield. He's going to take a lot of damage. Bayek does have plenty of pressure with full wings and everything. And Cracker is literally the last one left over for the Team 1. It literally comes down to him to bring victory for his team. Everybody else did super good. Bayek though, slamming. Backhead, cracking right through some of the hardest of hardest boys over for the Team Kraga with Sabo, which is not an easy matchup, and Backhead able to topple him. And that's a tough one, man. Not an easy one at all. Krager with the defensive stances. Bayek trying to see if he can back up out of there. This time the Paladin does not have any more immunities. He does have lay on hands. Stun to Krager. Got himself so much range damage. Krager is at least able to charge back in to reconnect. But Bayek with a hand of freedom just keep himself moving. Krager just trying to see if he can capitalize whatever damage he can whenever he gets a proper charge. But look at the range pressure that Bayek can put out. Barely touching Krager. And he's just trying to see if he can stay away from him as best as possible. He's got more hammers flying from the sky. Krager's not feeling that good from the Wake of Ashes at all. That's going to be yet another big hammer as soon as he gets the resources for it. And that's going to be a quick reflect for Krager for a second. Bayek, I think, trying to go for a stun. Trinket out of Krager. Full blades on Bayek. Does he have enough damage? Hold on a second. Bayek, does he take it or does Krager bring it back real quick? He needs this. Stormbolt, as he got himself full demolish. Demolish barely makes a connection at the very, very end. I am so surprised that Bayek looking for recovery. Krager does to go for recovery of his own. No, he's trying to see if he can end it. Does Team 2 give Krager a proper honor duel here? Bayek with a full Wake of Ashes has got himself last bit of shielding at the very end there. One more execute and he's done for. Stun onto Krager. He doesn't have an escape. Big hammer slamming down. Full wreck. Searing glare. Krager cannot respond back at all. He has to wait this out a little longer until a proper stun is available. There goes a stun. Does he have the damage? There it goes. Holy Goeris. He doesn't want to give Krager an opportunity at all, does he? Krager picking up one last heal here. That's the only heal he's going to get. But he's just surrounded by the army of the undead. The Riders of the Apocalypse. He knows it's over. He knows it's over. Goeris wouldn't even give him a chance, dude. Oh, man. Bayek with 3. Well done. Let's get another going. This team needs to get another shot, man. Definitely needs to get another shot going here. Let's go. I'm sorry. I'm not a family guy to spend 2 months of my life to gather 5 million gold. Jesus. We have lives. I'm not a formula guy. Yeah, it is a lot of gold though. It is a lot of gold. In BFA at the very least, there was some opportunity to like make gold through a variety of means, like old raids, old dungeons. But they're really, okay. Last one for Team Kragar. Last one for Team Krager. We got over. Beautiful. Last one for the night, boys. We're gonna send it to. What do I send it to? What do you guys want to play on? Should we do like a random arena like Tolveron or something? Oh. Should do another hook point, I guess. Yeah. Hook point. Remember in Dragonflight we didn't get a single duck mount? We got ducks, but yeah, no duck mount. I feel like a duck mount would have been awesome. That should have been like a secret finding thing. Like just a whimsical duck mount. Just a big old duck with a saddle. That's it. Just a big duck with a saddle. After like a long, arduous journey, long secret finding thing. Yeah. That should have been a thing. But hey, at the very least, we got ducks. Where previously WoW never really had ducks, and then we got ducks. Right? The novelty of ducks became a thing. Why didn't WoW have ducks like ever? I guess we're trying to go for fantasy, right? That we're like, well, we don't want to make creatures that are like wolves are in fantasy everywhere, boars in fantasy, crocodilus is like a crocodile with an extra leg. So we're like trying to make animals we're kind of familiar with, but like make them different looking. We're like, ducks are way too simple, probably, but yeah, like a duck mount should have been a thing. Who wouldn't buy that? True, and the duck mount should have had a hat. Oh yeah, I actually would have been cool with it. There's actually a Squid Mud duck in the bank for Moldraken, if you didn't know. Kind of neat. Power of the class, I'm cool with whatever. Fair enough. Fair enough. Plus, cheap shot onto Erwin. Immediate wall right after as Erwin having to take quite a few hits back to back. Immediate bubble for Erwin though. Could potentially put him in a weird spot. Immediate first aid. He's just burning through big defenses and big kills instantly here. Plus doesn't even catch himself a quick reset. Just goes in with a flashing blade at the end. Getting those, what is those, trick blades? What are they called? Unseen Blade? Is that Unseen Blade? I barely played Trickster. It tells you just how much I played Trickster, dude. I am Fadebound and Deathstalker all the way on the Rogue. I barely play some Trickster. Oh man. And Arwen though does get CC'd for a moment there with a sap. He's got himself a nice looking Mog though, just like a full on red and like almost like bronze-esque color to it, I guess. A very interesting color palette overall. As Blush does get a full cheap shot. DFA, he bombs it. He bombs the DFA. How hard would that thing would have hit? I'm actually now interested in how hard would a DFA have hit. Oh, not a second. Does that coup de grace as a trickster? Because it's coup de grace is like an upgraded eviscerate. But if you DFA, does it give you that upgraded eviscerate and plus 10% more damage on top of that? And that CC immunity that DFA does? Because that'll be wild. I need to mess around with it some more, dude. I've been playing a lot of Assassin, a lot of Outlaw. I gotta give Sub a proper shot. Sap by Plush is trying to see if he can back up out of there real quickly. He's got it down on defenses, but also a little down on offenses as well. So he's trying to see if he can play it a little bit of a slower game here. Arwen, he used to find the guy. He does have all the eyes in the world, does pick up the eyes, and should be able to see Plush around the corner, right? He's trying to see if he can be very, very careful. He knows there's going to be a sap hitting him every time, doesn't he? Every single time. Shadow strikes out of the Rogue. Cheap shot right after. Shield of Edits does get to burn through the Rogue, but also does give you quite a bit of survivability. Wake Up Ashes by Arwen. Looks like he's playing the full-on hammer build. Hammering down Plus. That's just not in a great spot to be in. Plus with the gouge, he still has a big hammer above his head. The slam. It slams. It does nothing. What does this hammer even do except nothing? It just looks menacing. Is it just supposed to put him on edge? Just get him all nerves? All kind of like, what am I trying to say? Out of sync? It's just like, oh, with a big hammer hangs above your head, you're like, what is this? As Plush does get himself a quick reset versus Arwen as he's hanging around by the edge here, trying to see if he can pick up the eye. First aid up for Plush. He's trying to see if he can get away from him. Does he get himself a proper go here? Does he get himself a proper chance here? As Arwen tries to see if he can find him, second set of eyes is available. Plus does have evasion coming back up. With a trinket and evasion, I think he might have enough cooldowns to work with defensively. He still will need someone offensive to really burn through. Arwen does not have immunities though. Actually, Arwen has bubble coming back up at 42 seconds. Blush, if you are listening, you may be kind of you may have a ticking clock, 30 seconds, about a 30-second ticking clock right now. between him getting immunity and you getting a kill. So you might just need to go in all out, trinket, everything available. You got the whole shebang here. Everything up, wall available for Arwen immediately. Shield of Vengeance to follow. Breaks past it really quickly. Stun is going to be triggered immediately for Plush. As he goes in for advantage, he gets to give himself a shield, I think, because it no longer uses cooldown reduction. Big hammy hand over Plush said. Might just have to play super extra aggro right now. Trying to see if he can blind 6 seconds on a bubble. I guess he's just going to go for a hit and run. Arwen just charging in. He has the bubble, so he's perfectly cool. As long as he can catch a Plush, but not playing Herald of the Sun does make it harder for you to keep the rogue out of stealth. Because with the Dawn Light of Herald of the Sun, searing the rogue the entire time, that'd be perfect. Because I would just keep him out of stealth the entire time. The entire duel. But Hammer, it's a big hit. It's a large hit. It's actually a sizable hit, in fact. It does a lot of damage. It is super scary. DFA up for the rogue. Still gets hammered either way. Massive hammer hanging above his head. Bubble available for Arwen. Way not needed. Let's try to see if he can escape. Cloak of Shadows and Invasion last second. Does he have enough damage right now? Arwen just needs to find a way to catch up. He doesn't have a lot of health either. Blush, maybe Blush can somehow land a big crit. If Arwen makes a mistake, and if you go for a big secret technique and it doesn't bubble it, maybe you can punish him that way. You just need to land a big crit. Keep Arwen's health kind of low, not super low when he wants to bubble, and just eviscerate all of that health. That's like the only chance that he's got here. Without a trinket, without anything. 4 minutes into this duel, the back and forth between the rogue and the paladin. He's got a full first aid, so now you're just even that much further behind. Oh man, this is actually just why is this racking my head right now? Why is this so nerve-wracking? Cheap shot by the rogue. Does he have himself a proper go? It's going to bubble out of Arwen. Just trying to see if he can take down the rogue. You just got to live this. You just got to find a way to live this. Feint, everything available. Sippy cup, disarm as soon as you can, maybe. Arwen got himself full burst, everything available. Massive hammer hand above Flush sets. I think it just might be blind for Flush. I think it's just over. Yeah, the cheap death is gone. And he's just trying to see if he can take that attention into Bayek. Bayek is rushing out, immediately going in for full burst. Also playing a Hammeradin, if I remember correctly. Searing glare, everything available. Yeah, massive hammer slamming down onto Arwen. Is just trying to back up out of there. Quick stun, full burst available. Arwen just doesn't have anything to work with here. Got himself Spell Warden, so at least he can survive a lot of the holy damage. Paladins being not that physical heavy are mostly holy damage heavy, and he just got a full immunity for the holy damage. It is wild. Basically a Cloak of Shadows for Paladin. Shield of Vengeance for Arwen. Is it going to be enough though? He's got a big hammer, able to break past Bayek's shield, but also your own shield pops because of it. And Bayek does end up taking it. Kragar does get himself a proper go here versus Bayek. Last time it was definitely a tough one. He won it, but barely. But he was able to scrape by just a little bit. 30% dampening. It is still really high dampening so far. Immediate blessing of protection for Bayek. And Kragar with a defensive stance. As long as he just doesn't let Bayek go all out with full damage, while he's got Bob, he might be okay. Charging in. Next up for Bayek, if he got himself full burst, he might be alright. But seeing him charge in, immediate hand of freedom, immediately running away from the guy, trying to see if he can back away. Kragar with a quick stunner, trying to see if he can make it some kind of a play. Battle stance on the ready and everything available. It's going to be Ironhide for level months, my guy. How you doing? Got us as Kragar. Maybe looking for a parry. Does go for a parry. His Bayek just hammering the guy down. He does have a bubble. I think he's just trying to see if he can save the bubble until a little bit later. Full blind onto Kragar. He's just got more hammers flying down the guy. Even more bursts. I think, was that a consecration from a distance, or was that like a missed? It might have been consecration. It looked like it was missed wreck, potentially, or like final reckoning. One of those two. Not really sure. Kragar just getting absolutely blasted. Does get himself a lot of health. Rallying Cry, Battle Master Trinket. That's a lot of borrowed health. So Bayek, all he just needs to live, and Kragar's health is going to be dropped down to literally 0. There goes the drop. Eventually, that health does disappear. Oh, can we get a hashtag Ironhide? My man. Appreciate ya. Hope you're doing good, my guy. What's this? Busy Pie? I missed this guy. Wait, Busy Pie is back. Full death mark into Bayek. Does he bubble it? That's a lot of down damage. Does he just melt? I think he might just let him bubble it. He might just let him bubble it. If he's not careful, you're below 10% health. You're below 10% health. Bubbles it. Yeah. He remembered, oh wait, hold on, Rogues have an execute. Yeah, I'm not gonna happen. Spizzy does get a full death mark into the guy. He still has a Kingsbane to go for later. That's a full recovery for Bayek though, 40% dampening. Spizzy does have defenses to work with here, potentially. Got himself a little bit of dots, a little bit of damage. Couldn't shot into Bayek. Full shift, massive Kingsbane, lots of damage. Holy, oh my god, what is this? He's cloaked, he can't even attack him. Spizzy! Oh, this man is a monster, dude. I miss Busy because he used to do this kind of stuff all the time. Just full melted him. Oh, I heard that Kingsbane apparently double dips in crit. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think Spizzy might have double dipped in crit with like cold blood. Guaranteed that crit. If it actually double dips, then I think it's gonna be actually every tick is a crit. That is wild. As Guerrero's got himself a little bit on the Lichborn. Spizzy just trying to see if he can keep the pressure on Guerrero's as best as possible. Maybe he could work up for a little bit of that big Envenom. Potentially does pick up that big Envenom, but he just doesn't have the damage to really work after. Oh, that is so tough. Wait, no, he consumed the last mark, but he just couldn't get that big Envenom there. Yeah, at that point, he just sent everything to the guy. Goss agree versus Guerrero's. He doesn't really need to worry about Guerrero's too much. I think he just rush in, bleed him up. Guerrero's picking up a little bit of health, does get a little bit too close to. Goss agree, does get hit with a rake as he is just out of that, just far enough out of the Death and Decay. As he got himself AMS, everything available. Goss agree. Oh, the back bites. Holy! A Saiyan charging after him right after he just had a full duel, full stun. Goss agree with a bubble. Oh, not bubble. Barkskin. Definitely not a bubble. Definitely not a bubble. Ursul's on to Saya. I think it's over. I think it's over. Even if you wall here, he got himself Heart of the Wild, a little bit of healing. That may help a little. But unless you go for full damage on the Saya, you got Blessing of Saint. I think best you can do is put bleeds into the guy. Best you can do right now is put bleeds, so Caligorn may have it a little bit easier. Good brother Gurren chilling all, having a good time. Yeah, man, hell yeah. Get your as you're gearing up ults and leveling ults, definitely do the Hollow Zen stuff. Because apparently you can get the big box, the epic box, even on level 10 ults. So you can farm the mount with ults. It is crazy. At least people are reporting right now that you can apparently get on level 10 characters. I'll need to test it myself, but it is wild. You can get a lot of stuff right now with it. Caligorn had not a lot of health. Saya still has full immunity, so Caligorn is going to have to break through all of Saya's defenses, and then he's going to have to find a way to live, just to peel away from Saya. But while you have a Dawn Light on you just won't be able to get a lot of healing. That is wild. Blaze Storm out of Caligorn. Bobble out of Saya. He's just perfectly set up. Unless he goes for Shattering. Does have Shatter, but it doesn't matter. Oh, he actually went behind him to avoid the Shatter. Caligorn picking up a little bit of health with a Battle Message Trinket and a Rally, but it's a limited amount of health he can pick up off it. Now that immunities are gone for Saya, I actually think Caligorn might just have to go all out. Parry, all out, full demolish, trying to see if he can end the duel here. I don't think he can do much right now. He can't even chase after him. Hand of Freedom, Searing Glare. I think it's over. I think Caligorn will be able to live with his parry for now. But after that parry, after the blind is gone, it's just, that is rough. That is so rough. No. Spizzy Pie. Oh my. He did so much damage in a single game. Actually, I guess he did get to play against two, but either way. Well done, well done, well done. That was awesome. Let's see. I'm pretty sure Cracker said he's done for the night. Yeah, so he might be done for the evening, boys. I'll double check with him in a second. Double check. Okay, yeah, Cracker Sibo. Here we go. Yeah, Cracker is done for the night, boys. Yeah, thank you, Cragar. We appreciate you, bud. Thank you, Cragar. Everybody, class, can you all say thank you, Cragar? Thank you, Cragar. I was about to say I should be a teacher, but I'll just help reinforce that American stereotype, and I'll just be making American kids dumber. What am I gonna teach you, dude? Memorize every single WoW ability. Go. That maybe they could do. Maybe I could explain them the intricacies of Roll the Bones. I think the young youth might be able to understand it. Are you done? Can I create a group? I think we're... Oh, Grain, my man, how you doing? I think we are done for that, yeah. Because once Cracker pieces out for the evening, usually that's where it's like... Cracker normally makes one group. We make a second one going. We start this an hour early, by the way, compared to normally what we do. So hopefully make it a little bit better for everybody else in the EU and RU region and whatnot. But yeah, we're done for now, I think. Next week, more games. Next week we do more games. And tomorrow we do some games over on the NA. But yeah, Aaron, apparently, like, Wowhead even has a whole post about it. Apparently players are getting the epic pumpkin even on level 10 characters. So it is an opportunity for Horseman Reigns, which I actually got today. First time. First time trying for it. There's a new transmog set that you need to get piecemeal, but it'll take a couple of hours to do it, or a couple of days, but you can do it in a single sitting. Arthas Pet. So a bunch of other items you can get just from level 10 alts. Pretty nice. Congrats. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually so happy. I was like, I'm just gonna try it, just record it. I was like, probably wanted to do a video since they updated like the HoloZen stuff recently. Probably because they added even more stuff towards like the collectibles that you get for trick or treats. And I was like, I'll just get some B-roll of me fighting the boss to show what it looks like. And I got the mount and a couple of other items there too. I was like, there it is. I've been trying that mount last year. Couldn't get it at all. So I just got lucky. Got my mount first or two. I'm on an alt. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I just got it on the main. You got to make sure you enable all the, the affixes to make it better. But yeah. One more. I think we're done. I think we're done. Aha. Kragar gone. So I think we sleep. I think we time to sleep. All right, boys. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you. Next week, we're going to be doing more on EU. Tomorrow, we got some more games planned for NA. So that should be a lot of fun. And yeah, so far, 1105 has been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I am. I got the grand Black War Mammoth. Let's go, dude. I still got to get it. Yeah, I don't think I have that one. I know that I have the Shaw mount, but I got it from Remix. But I need to go get that one. I need to start farming Archivon for that mount while he's available. I don't want to miss it out, dude. Usually I keep forgetting about the whole mounts and farming things until it's like, oh, last week of the event. I probably should try for it. I'm like, damn it, I didn't get it. And it's like, it was my fault. I didn't even start like early on. I'm trying to get as many of the tokens right now and get my ults all caught up and everything. It's so much to do, but it's fun. I'm actually really enjoying it. I was shook. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, grats, man. Grats. Is it like just any alt has a chance to get it, or is it like first time you try for it, kind of like the, because HoloZen has like a buff, like HoloZen and the Valentine's Day buff or whatever they're called in WoW has like a buff where the first time you do it on a character, you get like a higher chance, and then all your alts get like a pretty low chance afterward. But like your first time you do it gets a higher chance. I don't know if that mount and the boss works the same way. Luckily, I don't know those thing honestly. Yeah, it's like a thing for certain holiday queuable events. I don't think it's a boss thing, although I wouldn't put it past them though. You know what I mean? But yeah, you guys have a wonderful one. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are glorious. But my anniversary mounts, including the long bite, dude. All of them? Yeah, there's also the the other ones for Alliance and Horde, right? I did not get those. But the long boy, everybody got the Bruto, dude. Everybody got the Bruto. It's wild, dude. It's crazy how so many people are like, normally people are real like, you know, iffy about store mounts. But I guess like for the anniversary of the game, maybe people are a lot more lax about it. Like more people are very happy. Spend 140. Hey man, whatever makes you happy, right? At the end of the day, my wallet hates me. Yeah, I feel that, dude. I feel that. Honestly, I mean, hey, I went Draxium on my rogue, so I spent some money myself too. Well, mostly because the token's not working. So normally I just buy it with gold for the token or whatever. But ever since the Brutal was announced, I was just like, oh, okay, dude. All right, dude. But yeah, I decided to go Evoker and got a Brutal. Yeah, it's fun, honestly. I'm having a lot of fun with the game, and it seems like a lot of people are also having a lot of fun right now. Yeah, it was like a really rocky 1105 with like a lot of bugs and like Outlaw being absolutely broken. I decided not to partake in the broken thing at all, just to like not get banned. I'm like, I'm having fun playing the game. I don't want to sit it out for the entirety. I don't know how long those suspensions are going to be or whatever. But yeah, they said they're going to be suspensions or actions taken or whatever they're called. That's sick. Thinking about Evoker, my mage. It's really cool. I honestly would, at this point, like if you don't have like a full max gear mage, honestly leveling a fresh one, because like how fast leveling is right now, and you can just do it through time walking, as long as you don't get too tired of the dungeons, it is fast. On top of it, look, we got 10% buff here for WoW's anniversary, warband buff for any max level characters you have, so up to 25, another 10% for the WoW anniversary just for doing like the camera to time stuff. And now that the holidays are in with Hallow's End, you can actually go to the Hallow's End like the Burning Man or whatever it's called. I don't know what's it called, but like the guy, you light the dude, and you take the ashes, right? And then that gives you 10% of buffs on top of that. It is wild. how fast people are able to level. It is crazy. But yeah, it is the best though. It is the best. I gotta show all the money. You know what? Especially if you're someone who doesn't really spend a lot of time on games or a lot of money on games in general. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really buy any new game that comes out, so it's just like putting some money in a game that I play all the time. I don't know. It doesn't really feel bad, but I feel you on that though. I feel you in that. Hopefully the economy starts turning around so that it's like we can, so our wallets could feel a little bit less painful. You know what I mean? Because money's been tight in this economy. Not a great feeling. You know what I mean? But hopefully things start to turn around after however long. But yo, thank you guys. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all of you tomorrow for more NA duels. Thank you everybody on EU for participating, man. Super fun hanging out with all of you every single time. I'll see you boys all tomorrow. Alrighty. Peace.